Morning light on crowded streets, scooters hum beneath my feet, coffee drifting through the air, life and laughter everywhere. Old stone walls and market signs, stories written through the times. Every corner, every lane feels familiar once again. No destination in my mind, just another place to find. I'm on a peaceful walk tonight, through the colors, through the lights. Every street has something new, every step reveals the view. Vietnam beneath the sky, watching another day go by. No rush, no race, no need to rush. Just walking with everyone. Lanterns glowing soft and gold, ancient stories still untold. River waters rolling slow, reflecting all the lights below. Friends are talking by the square, music drifting through the air. Simple moments, simple grace, every smile belongs in place. The city moves, the city sings, wrapped around 1,000 things. I'm on a peaceful walk tonight, through the colors, through the lights. Every street has something new, every step reveals the view. Vietnam beneath the sky, watching another day go by. No rush, no race, no need to rush. Just walking with everyone.
What is up? What is up? Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome. So, if this is the first time you're here, every Wednesday I try to have a call-in show, right? So we could react to things together, or we can debate on any topics you've seen that I've had an opinion on. So Wednesday live stream show is for you guys, right? So you guys could voice your opinions, share your thoughts, all right? So that is what it is. Every Wednesday, all right? I try to link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. So if you if you want to react to videos with me, or right, if you have a opposing opinion on any of the topics you've seen from my videos, right? Any of the YouTube shorts, right? If you have an opposing opinion, this is your chance to, voice it, right? This is your chance to voice any opposing opinions. Hell, you could also voice supporting opinions, right? It's up to you. But yes, Wednesdays live stream shows is when you can call in. We could react to things together, or we could just have a chat, right? So, might as well let's get started, right? Let's get started on reacting to some videos together. So I have a few videos tonight, and so let's get started. So this is a Lapeef Network video. I like their videos sometimes, so I like to check it out.
My addictions to molestations, abortions, childhood abuse. There's no shame in my game. Yeah, bitch, it happened. You know, I slept with 63 men. Now that was fun. But
oh my gosh, give me some of that.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
Give me some of that. It's not that hard. It's not that hard for you to sleep with a whole lot of men. So I forgot what's her name. Kiki Palmer. You can get that. You don't need to ask for it. Like literally, and in a matter of days, women can bat 100. Right? Hell, I've seen some some adult actresses do that in a day.
Why this is the very reason why I really don't want to offer up this much like passion and energy. But this is why I hate men in this space. It's the very reason why I cannot stand red pill men. I don't like super religious men. I don't like none of y'all. I hate y'all.
Because we all hold women accountable for their actions. This is why women that have hit the wall hate those types of men, right? Because those types of men will hold you accountable for your actions. So, no duh, right? No duh. No surprise there, right? No surprise there.
Here's the reason why. You all have no compassion. Everything is everyone's fault. You don't take into account.
Everything you do in your life is your fault. 100%. Well, maybe a bit of caveat. I would say 95%. Everything you do in your life is your fault. You determine your life. Particularly as an adult. When you have full autonomy, right? At the point where you have full autonomy over yourself, no one is forcing you to do anything, like a parent or a guardian or some form of authority. You have full autonomy over yourself. You are then 95% accountable to blame for the shit you do in life. Empathy, compassion, you're so fucking stupid. Shut up. We're at that. Right? That kind of mindset enables people. Werewolf, what is up? What is up? Circuit triggers of trauma.
Any of the variables that happen in life, you all take into account nothing. You do not care about people. You also are so
Wonder, what is up, my brother? What is up?
Read and illiterate. Y'all don't comprehend a fuck thing. And the thing that I hate about men in particular,
illiterate. Literally, men in this space are constantly reiterating studies, statistics. Illiterate. If religious men, if red pill men were illiterate, religious men can't read a Bible if they were illiterate. But if all these men were illiterate, right, how would they actually be regurgitating or, spitting out, factual information? Absolute low IQ woman. Oh, the audio is low? Sorry.
as a sex is that your brain think in one line. You can't think of anything you don't, and then you don't find value in women who can offer you that different perspective. You call us stupid and you dismiss us when we offer you different perspectives.
Yeah, when your perspective is stupid, you'll get called stupid. I'm sorry. It's like, it's great that you could give different perspective. It don't mean that your perspective is smart. Right? This is you hear that? That's the point. That's the problem with a lot of women. They don't want to be held accountable. Particularly the one that are over the hill. Particularly older women do not want to be held accountable.
And that's what the fuck I be doing here. That lady was born in 1957. She literally came out of the free love era. So 63 men ain't shit for people that were born back then. That ain't nothing. Them people slept with hundreds of people. So you all saying that she's the average woman? No, the fuck she's not. Because we're not in the free love era. We actually sleep with people less than our parents did. So you all like y'all don't know history, you don't read shit, you don't know shit, and you have no compassion for people who have been through something. And thinking that someone is using their trauma as an excuse to be a deviant, to take no accountability for she's Jennifer Lewis takes all accountability for what she's done. She has always, she speaks of it because she.
I agree. She's loud and honestly stupid. I'm sorry. Like she's loud, so she's to think that she is smart. She's not.
Did it. Just because she speaks of it in a way that you think is her taking no accountability, she does. It doesn't change the facts. What is she supposed to do? Shut the fuck up and die? It's like y'all hate women. I swear to God, y'all do. I fucking hate women. Because when it comes down to
This is I get this a lot, right? You hate minorities. You hate women. Are you stupid? Are you low IQ? Holding someone accountable doesn't mean you hate them, right? It means that you're holding them accountable for the things they say and do. So if I'm out here, right? If I'm out here saying that, you know what? Oh, you know what? You can't you can't go out there and just have sex with a whole bunch of women, right? Whole bunch of you can't just go out there and just like have sex willy nilly. The body count isn't body count is a big problem, right? Body count is not good for people. And then you find out that, you know what? I have a body count of 200 women, which is crazy. I wouldn't have that because I'm not that good, right? But don't you see the hypocrisy? So I would expect my audience to hold me accountable for the insanity I'm saying, for the hypocrisy I'm saying. Okay? I'm saying that body count is dangerous for both men and women, but I'm out here like I have a body count of 200. Hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. It's like, does that make sense that you have a body count of 200 and yet you're saying body count is dangerous for or is not a good thing for both men and women? That don't make sense. Yeah, you're right. I'm being a hypocrite. It's holding people accountable, and I would not think that people are holding me accountable that they hate me. No, they are holding me accountable for my words and actions. Plain and simple, right? Do I live by my word or do I not? It's so stupid. Like I don't hate minorities, right? I don't hate I don't hate black people. I don't hate women. I've said this countless times before. I don't hate women. I don't. This channel is not black pill. I'm not black pilling nobody, right? This ain't black pill. This ain't women hater. This ain't black people hater. This ain't that. All right. This is why I have videos to react. I'm not just like, I'm just spewing shit against people. No, right? I'm holding people accountable for the words they say and the things they do.
Y'all offer women zero compassion. You think you hear 63 bodies and you don't ask why. You don't. What's the history of it?
Why? Because you fucking want it. You fucking want to. It's like, let's be honest, right? 63 bodies. I'm pretty sure most of them didn't like R-worded you, right? So you must have willingly chose that amount of men. So it's your choice. You chose them. Why would it matter?
What would make you do something like that? There are no questions. What you do is call her a hoe and you move on. You prescribe that. Like you give that to her as her character. That's her character. That's who she is. That's a very man thing to do. That's why the fuck y'all need women. Because we are the only ones that can think outside of that linear line that y'all think on. And I appreciate men that can think outside of that one fucking line, A to B. I hate an A to B nigga. I hate an A to B nigga. I need a nigga that can go to Z and think in colors. Cause y'all, and you know what? I don't mean no disrespect to the people that I like. Say y'all losers in a check. Fuck you.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I would say fuck her too. Because I can't deal with low IQ women. No, here's the thing, right? I could deal with low IQ women. I can deal with low IQ women. I can't deal with low IQ women that think they're high IQ. Right? I can't deal with low IQ women that think they're smart. I can't, because then there's ego, right? There's ego, because I definitely can't deal with egotistical women. Right? When you are low IQ and you think you're smart, you are egotistical. Oh yeah, this guy's a panderer, mad panderer.
Chicago, really? What do you call a woman who's had 63 partners?
In 2026. You asked me what I would call her in 2026.
Yeah.
What would you call her in any decade? What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you stupid? What do you mean? In any decade, she's a fucking whore.
Yeah.
Promiscuous.
Okay.
Hey, but to Bo's point, you know what they might have called her in what do you say, 60, the flower power era. They probably would have called her, especially the religious type, they would have called her promiscuous as well.
What is the term, the slang term for that?
Oh, you trying to get me to say, oh?
I ain't trying to get you to say nothing.
Yeah, so in slang term, I would have said, yeah, ho would be the proper term. Okay. But where we going with this?
Would the person be wrong for using a slang term?
Well,
or the book term?
Let me ask you this, Bruiser. What is the Christian slang term for a woman of that character?
I would call it a harlot.
So if I go to AME, Baptist, Pentecostal, Episcopal, they would say harlot? All of them would say harlot?
I'm not sure what all of them say.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
The overall Christian consensus. They would say harlot?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, in
Jezebel.
Jezebel sounds more like Jezebel. Sounds more.
Would they be wrong for calling her those terms?
No, I don't think they would be wrong based on their ideology and theology.
I know Sharon said yes. Why would you say yes, Sharon?
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Because you're negating her trauma.
Okay.
That doesn't. No, that's not negating her trauma. It's purely judging her act. And trauma. This is a thing where Jezebel. Yes, this is the problem, right? Once you're past childhood, right? Majority of trauma is what you inflict on yourself, right? Even if it's the trauma by, let's say, a man. A lot of times, not all the times, right? There are certain cases where, the R word, right? The R word is terrible. That's not trauma necessarily, right? That you inflict on yourself. But again, the majority of trauma that women face is self-inflicted. They chose the man. They chose the man. They chose the situation. They chose the man. So it is trauma you inflicted on yourself.
Let's say what if they included her trauma? Would they still be wrong for her?
Yes, it'd be wrong for calling her anything.
So long as you had trauma. Okay.
Because after she corrected her trauma, she said it was wrong. And that's why she told the young lady, and she said, no, you do not want to deal with 63 men into your life.
I heard all that. Sharon,
no, you clearly didn't. You didn't hear it. That's the issue that a lot of men have. Y'all think y'all hear something, but y'all communicate something completely different. Yeah, but you're communicating that. That's the thing. Y'all think we don't hear what y'all communicating because you didn't say it verbatim.
What is up, my brother?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. A little low, but I can hear you.
All right, let me try something real quick.
I upped your volume. The volume seems better now.
How about now?
Yeah, it's good. Good.
All right.
Any thoughts so far?
I mean, this kind of reminds me of just like black women seem to me to have this thing where they don't see the other men outside their race. So they always view all men within the parameters of all men are black men. When I can guarantee there's a couple women on this stream right now or this panel right now that could have a white guy simping for them nonstop and not even want to be on this panel.
I kind of feel like, to be honest, there's a simp in every race. The problem is that a lot of these women don't find those men attractive. Right?
Oh,
That's
for
the
sure.
problem. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of women today. I've said this before, right? Any woman can find a man. It's not rocket science. It's not like the hardest thing to find a man. The problem is a lot of these women, right? Average ass women don't find most men attractive. Right? That is the problem. It isn't the problem of finding a man. Women don't have a problem with finding a man. This is why most of the time I hold women accountable for their own actions, because no, it's not a man's fault that you can't find a man. It's your fault. You just find when you're average at best, most women are average at best. They think average men are unattractive. So at the end of the day, you can find a good man. You can find a man that will provide for you, simp for you, whatever. Yet you just find him unattractive. So it's not men's fault that, women just don't want men. It's women's fault. So
Yeah, totally. But what I'm saying is like these women in this panel, they shut their dating options down to only black men, to where there is an Asian guy out there that'll take care of these women the way they want to get taken care of. And it's like you said, they don't even view that Asian man as like human.
No, I agree. I've dated or I've talked to a few black women that only exclusively date black men. So it is what it is. I do think that out of most races, black women are probably the most race loyal. I don't know. It's kind of a detriment to them, but that's that's their own fault, right? They are. I mean, they have a very low success rate in their own group, but they also don't want to date outside of their group. So what can I say? It still shows you it's their fault. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see as what they say further on, but
yeah,
if you kind of look like, and this is just like you have it paused right now, but like you see how like all the men on this panel are just like kind of what's the word, engaged, wanting to be a part of it. They like they're interested in conversation, but these women on this panel, Bohemian, Miss Pearl, and the third one, they are all have the most bitter faces in the world.
No, I mean that's the problem with women, right? I mean, I just think that women don't really like to listen to men, and I've said this. I think women would benefit much more listening to Red Pill than men would, right? I just honestly think that.
100.
Yeah, I think, but women have a problem with listening. They do. So. It's like it's the worst. Women are supposedly such great communicators, but one, I don't think they are. But two, they're definitely terrible listeners, in my opinion. At least when they're listening to men.
They're great listeners when it comes to tea and drama.
Yes. I agree.
When I asked you, Chicago Rilla, when I asked you the question, did I give you the indication that I didn't hear all the other things?
Well, I don't know. I was trying to answer it.
You just answering the direct question.
Yeah. I was trying to answer it. Listen, I've been over here for a minute, so I know that.
What I'm saying is, during from 0 to 63, or whatever, you're saying that she is absolved from being titled a hoe or called a hoe. Her traumatic experience negates her future behavior. If that's what y'all saying, I'm just trying to understand how y'all think. I'm not saying y'all are right. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just trying to understand how y'all are absolving people who have a promiscuous behavior from being called a hoe. So long as they had a traumatic experience.
Okay, let me turn up some more.
That caused them to go into a hoe phase. They can't be called a hoe. I'm just trying to understand how y'all do things.
Yeah, so the reason why is because after she got healed, she don't believe in that ideology. So she wasn't naturally a promiscuous woman.
So you're talking about after she came.
Say you're not naturally, it's such a stupid thing, right? But the thing is that this is why these types of people are stupid, right? Like this man is a panderer. Your past, right? I mean, you could change, you could rehabilitate, you could whatever, but it doesn't change your past, right? You still did whatever you did in your past, right? If I killed people in my past and I'm like I've turned to God, well, I mean, I've turned to God, yeah, but it doesn't change my past. I hate the people who like, oh, you know, the past means absolutely nothing. No, it does mean something, right? Now, it depends on how much it means, depending on the situation, but it means something, right? No one's ever said it means. I hate it when people say it means absolute zero, which is basically panderers.
Yeah, and also to piggyback off of that, it's everyone in the world has gone through trauma. Not everyone who goes through trauma goes through a hoe phase.
Exactly. See, that's the excuse, and that's enabling. Everyone or majority of people have gone through trauma. This is why it's like not everyone's gonna be a criminal, a killer, or something crazy. So you're just excusing bad behavior.
I'm talking about during the process.
This is crazy. You don't like people to talk over the rules. That makes from a Christian perspective. You like to jump in when somebody's talking. Yeah, what he's saying holds weight though, because he said after she repented, and changed her ways.
Right, y'all are jumping to the end. I'm saying during her voyage from 0 to 63.
I answered that. Go ahead.
Y'all are saying that she can't be called a hoe because her traumatic experience negates her voyage. Y'all are jumping to the part where she came to and held herself accountable and repented and found out that her body was a temple. I'm not talking about that.
You have to. Yes,
I'm talking about.
Fuck that. I'm sorry. You had 63 bodies in you. I don't give a shit what you think your body is now, a temple or not. It's not, right? It's a definitely ruined temple. So too late that you think now your body's a temple, but honestly, it's a broken down temple. I'm not religious, so I don't really think in those kind of mindset. I'm thinking about like your past matters. You fucked up. You did a whole lot of shit, right? Good that you changed, but sometimes I think it's stupid, right? Changing is like, okay, great that you change, but there's a point in time where once you change, it means nothing really, right? So it's like, okay, you've had, I don't know, 100 bodies under you, but now that you're 60 and you're like, oh my God, those were terrible times. I only want to have sex in marriage, so I'm gonna wait until marriage. Bitch, are you stupid? Now you're changing? It's like you can't. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's situational, but there's a point when changing means nothing really.
Yeah, and like if you were to take a look at me, like when I was going through like my traumatic experiences in my 20s, I got a lot of tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And my tattoos are outwardly visible, so everyone can see my tattoos. Yeah, people will compliment them and say like, "Oh, those are works of art and everything." But at the time, they were coping mechanisms for my trauma, and I have to kind of wear my trauma on my sleeve. While a woman, if she goes through 63 men, as I went through like 63 tattoos, she can hide that better than my coping mechanism.
I mean, yeah, and I definitely I mean, some things that you could hide, but I mean, this is why I say body count matters, because it's attitude, right? It's personality. So I think trauma matters. So after 63 bodies, you probably, are a shitty person or something's wrong with you.
And after 63 bodies, you have more trauma.
Yes, exactly. I said this before. As humans age, we don't necessarily get less trauma, right? We hope that we don't gain more trauma, but more likely we'll gain more trauma as we age. So it's ridiculous.
You have
do
to understand the.
I do
You
understand.
don't understand. You do not understand the person if you just gone by the face value of something.
Okay, so I don't think you understand.
Somebody would hear me communicate.
I'll just move the conversation along. You just can't connect. Just let it ride.
No, you just horrible at communicating.
How am I horrible at communicating?
Because we attempted to explain to you how you dismissing things.
What did I dismiss?
We tried to explain to you how you don't like to be interrupted, but yet you interrupt in the middle of a sentence. Like, this is bad communication.
Okay, I interrupt. I understand that. What did I dismiss about, what's her name? Jennifer Lewis.
That she had a traumatic experience that caused her to have that unhealthy and hypersexual type of appetite for her. Now, we're not saying that her sleeping with those number of men is wrong. We're giving you a valid reason as to why it happened. So you can't dismiss that she was.
Laughing Man, what is up? What is up, my brother?
As a young child and developed the unhealthy association and connotation. And as a result of that, what she attached as attention and validation became her addiction, right? Again, we're not dismissing it, but a part of trauma response and people's lack of understanding with trauma is due to like our medical model that we're taught. We're not taught from a social model. We're taught from a medical model, which is something is wrong with you. I'm not going to talk about your environment, which could be completely sociogenic. I just want to figure out how I can give you a goddamn pill. So again, this is that medical model, psychiatric type of method. It has absolutely nothing to do with me just understanding you as a person, because if I did, I would understand the essay and I would be trying to help you through that trauma. But I'm not. I'm only focused on your physical contact with an excessive number of men, because socially, it doesn't fit my model what I feel like a woman should be. So I'm going to label you. So there's over-pathologization and there's over-labeling of people. And again, the root of a lot of the reasons why people do things is trauma. And trauma is not an excuse. And I think that's what Sharon is trying to explain. And I'll land right after this. There's a difference between a woman that's doing something because she wants to do it. She naturally just, I just want to go sleep with 63 men. And then there's a woman who subconsciously and spiritually is broken and does not know her way. And that's what Jennifer Lewis was saying. Once she became acknowledging and accepting of her mistakes and was saying, baby, I don't want to do this no more. You would know she was healed because she didn't have five Kiki Palm and say, yeah, bitch, you go make that 64. It was no. You don't want none of this smoke that comes with this, because this isn't a healthy space. So
but this is my thing where, like I said, that being sympathetic is fine, I guess, empathetic, whatever. But the problem is that it is an excuse, right? It is an excuse for bad behavior. It is true, 100%. Maybe she's not a whore now. She was a whore then, right? So it doesn't change that, right? Yeah, maybe she's saved now. Great. But it doesn't change her past. And that's what he was talking about, but it's still true. It doesn't change her past. She's a whore then. Maybe she's not a whore now. But it doesn't change the past. So when you make these kind of arguments, right, like these three are making, you're trying to absolve her of her past. You're trying to absolve her of her actions. 100%, she was a whore. Right? It is. There's no doubt about that.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Yeah. Do you think they would have the same grace for a young white guy that experienced racism from the Black community? Kind of like in like what she's saying, like if a young white man like experienced racism and had a trauma response to acting the same way towards Black people, would she give that young white man the same grace that she's saying that we need to give 304s?
No,
exactly.
None of these people. This is why it's the faulty logic of women or men that think like women, right? It's because their logic cannot be reapplied to anything else besides their original logic, right? Yep. This is why this woman who's Bo, right, saying what she's saying is wrong, that men are illogical. No, women are, because when your logic cannot apply to anything else, right? Anything else but your perceived logic, that's where it doesn't make sense, right? In any situation, fine. If you're saying that trauma is a good qualifier for, you know what, she's been saved, she's better now, we shouldn't we shouldn't be the past shouldn't be stigmatized, or you know what, she's absolved her past, or you know, she's a better person now, so we shouldn't like put so much emphasis on the past. But correct, if we change that situation, right, because of trauma, right, because let's be honest, most serial killers have trauma in their life. Doesn't mean that, you know what, if they suddenly now don't want to kill, it doesn't change their past, right? All the and literally a lot of serial killers, they have a lot of trauma, been R-worded, been abused, been like constantly beat, like serious trauma, right? I'm pretty sure more trauma than most, but it doesn't absolve you of your actions, right? It doesn't. Even if you found God after 63 years of killing, now you found God, it doesn't absolve you of that, right? And none of them would agree to those kind of situations where, like you said, if a young white boy did so much racist shit because when he was a kid, he's been beaten by black people, he's been robbed and even R-worded, right? Absolute hellish trauma. And now that when he's like, I don't know, 18 to 30, he's beaten and he's killed and did so much racist shit only towards black people. And now that he's, I don't know, 60, he's found God and he loves black people and he's whatever. It doesn't absolve him of his past.
Yes.
Yeah. Werewolf is Rain. Is that voice?
Yeah, yeah, y'all know.
Yep, I know that voice anywhere. So that's why that's why I try to be careful with my words, right? Because if things you're saying does not make sense in other situations, then it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the more you realize, like, these standards are not applied equally.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes everyone just in this tribalistic nature where if you're not going to forgive my past, why should I forgive your past?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because let's these kind of people, right? Let's say the black community, they don't forgive the white community of their past. So again, it doesn't make sense. So now you want others to forgive, because that's, again, your logic doesn't apply to everything. So there's no logic to it, right? It's just feeling, right? When your logic doesn't apply across the board to similar scenarios, it's not logical anymore. It's just feelings. That's it. And that is the problem. This is I want to do one more video of this and we'll go to something else.
All right.
In 2026.
Is this the same one?
Her traumatic experience negates her future behavior. If that's what y'all saying, I'm just trying. Oh, so long as
That's what I was saying. I said I felt like we kind of did skip over it in your rebuttal, your initial rebuttal.
No,
that's
because
why
remember I asked you the question. I said she had a traumatic experience that caused her to go into a promiscuous phase, and I asked you, what did you call that? You said when she was with from 0 to 63, you said it was promiscuity, right?
Yeah.
Then I asked you what the slang term was. Well, I asked you what the slang term for was. You said it was a hoe.
Yeah.
But somehow,
I gotta make it louder.
y'all are saying I dismissed her promiscuous.
That question, we understand what questions are, bro. We understand communications, bro.
Okay, how did I?
What makes you think we don't understand how somebody communicates?
Listen to what I'm saying. How can I dismiss that she had a traumatic experience when I'm only asking a question about what happened after the traumatic experience.
Right. And that's what people do is with bullshit ass questions and act as if I'm innocent of it.
I don't even know what you're talking
She was
about. You're not making no sense.
Say that she was this, that, and the third. But everything that you are questioning is forcing Chicago Brother to say something towards her action, towards her experience. The reason why you keep cutting somebody off is because you don't actually respect anybody else.
The thing that I don't understand about men. Y'all say free R. Kelly all day long. That man.
Who the fuck says that? This is the problem with women. Who the fuck is? I swear to God, who do they like? I don't even see that on social media, right? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never heard any man say free R. Kelly. What the hell is wrong with you? I swear to God, it's like a woman sees one message or see one man, and they think all men. This is why I said, right? This is why I said women are like absolutely idiotic. Right? They get done dirty by one man, and they think all men could do you dirty. They've been R-worded by one man, and they think all men are dangerous. Right? They think one man is terrible and all men are terrible. That is the stupidity. Right? I've debunked this countless times. Right? Women, yo, big bars. What is up, my brother? What is up? I've debunked this countless of times. Women constantly said, oh my God, 90% of violent crime is done by man? No fucking duh. But guess what? It's not the same as 90% of men do violent crimes, right? It's just the violent crimes that do happen are 90% of men. So it's exactly like saying exactly 10 violent crimes a year, right? And if 9 of those crimes are done by men, yeah, 90% of men did 90% of those crimes are done by men. But if it's only 10 crimes, it means fucking what? This is why like low IQ women don't understand statistics, don't understand these studies. It's like, stop, like, I swear to God, so, women are just, I mean, a lot of people, I think feminine mindset is like naturally low IQ because it doesn't, because, and I know some smart ass women, right? I know some smart ass women. The problem is with the feminine mindset, your emotions override your brain. So you're not critically thinking, you're just thinking with emotions. And when you're thinking with emotions, I'm sorry, you're fucking low IQ. Right? You're low IQ when you think with emotions.
And yeah, men do. Men, I have heard men say that.
Women too, though.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead. My bad. I don't want to waste my bad.
My point, though. I agree with you.
Oh, your point, right? See, do you see that? Women have time. Oh, no. That's not her point. She just wanted to focus on men. Oh, that's not her point. This is the stupidity of women, right? It's like absolute low fucking Q.
Yo, so let me ask you a question real quick, DA.
Go for it.
Who do you think is, on a scale of 1 to 10, would you say that white women are more feminist than black women?
Yeah, I would say white women are more feminist than black women. But I would say that, weirdly, black women are more vocal than white women.
I would definitely agree with that.
That's the issue, right? I mean, it's personality. Black women are more vocal than white women, right? They speak out more. They're more assertive, aggressive. So, although this is the thing, right? Black women have adopted white women feminism, but thanks to black women's personality, right? They're at the forefront sometimes of feminism because they're so vocal. They're so combative. So that's where I think white women are more feminists, right? They live their life by feminism. But black women are more vocal about feminism. Big Bars, what is up, my brother? What is up?
What's up, Big Bars?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I just want to say that it's rather funny to me that they talk about their intelligence so much, but
Mm.
society and feminism has kept them so idiotic.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and none of them are smart enough to. Me personally, I feel like it's because they're benefiting off of it. Because they're benefiting off of it, they're never going to see nothing wrong with it because they're winning every time. All you gotta do is play victim, and they're going to be, the winner in the subject, and that's really wrong. And it's something, I'm to the point where it's like society, the movers and shakers, might want to look at this because men do all the hard jobs, so
Yeah.
they might want to get this under control before men just be like, okay, well, you're strong and independent. Go ahead and go in the street and fight a man. Go do that.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you good? They'll say free R. Kelly all day long. R. Kelly was also molested, and R. Kelly probably did a lot of the things that he did to underage children and women because of the molestation. But y'all understand that, but y'all don't understand this shit. She just a hoe. No, that nigga is a pedophile, and he needs to stay in jail. So I'm just trying to figure out where the double standard comes in. And if you can admit to the double standard, you stand on that double standard and you just gonna be a piece of shit, cool, great. I respect that. But if you're gonna make an excuse for him, then you gonna make an excuse for her.
Okay, so who made an excuse for R. Kelly? Did anybody on this panel say that R. Kelly was not a pedophile?
That we just don't act like men don't do that.
No, I agree that there's probably some men out there. I'm just trying to figure out who.
This is the problem. Like, why do you like? It's like the problem is like I hate this shit. Why is it that only when it comes to men? I think the two people, right? The two people, white people and men, are the only group that are forced to be a monolith. But any other group, oh, God forbid, right? God forbid everyone's the same. God forbid you include everyone in one. It's like this is why you're so fucking stupid. Are groups a monolith or are they not? That's it. This is why your logic is consistent. Do you believe it's a monolith or not? Do you believe all men are the same or do you not? Do you believe all white people are the same or do you not? Because if you believe all white people are the same, all men are the same, then you have to be consistent with your logic. All black people are the same, all women are the same, all this shit is the same. This is why, I'm sorry, all these degrees, it don't help women be smarter. It doesn't. Right? How can you say all these other groups? I've heard this plenty of times. Oh, black people are not a monolith. Great, cool. But how can you have the audacity to group all men together, then group all white people together, and group all these people together? That's what I'm saying. Right? If you have the mindset, oh, you better not group black people together, you better not group all white people, all women together, then your logic has to be consistent. Why? It's like I hate it when people's logic is rarely or if ever consistent. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Hey, look, I might be more biased because I'm here at the crib. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I see more females doing it. That's why I interjected early. But I'm here at the crib, so I'm biased.
But again, Chicago, how do I just off of having a conversation with you and asking you a question?
No, I'm gonna answer it direct. Yeah, I've been up here enough to know, like, answer it direct and then validate your point, right?
I never said she didn't get sexually assaulted. No. I never said her being sexually assaulted didn't cause her to go on from 0 to 63. I just simply asked you, regardless of whether
and I can never understand this, right? I mean, maybe I haven't been in these trauma. Okay, I think it is stupid enabling, right? To say that, okay, because you're trauma, we should forgive you for doing these stupid things, or we should be more understanding. I don't think we should. I'm sorry. Because even if you were traumatized consistently as a child, right? Once you hit an adult, it's like, and I'm very sympathetic if you've been traumatized as a child. But once you hit an adult, to use your trauma then to do, in my opinion, degenerate shit, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, right? Now, it is a perfect excuse. So let's say hypothetically, you've been traumatized by men when you're a child. It is a valid excuse where, as an adult, you don't want to have nothing to do with men. Perfect valid. It doesn't make sense to me that you've been traumatized by men as a child, and then as an adult, you constantly are, I don't know, having sex with many, many men. That don't make sense to me, right? Because then you're it's like you're using your trauma to do terrible things, and I'm never on board with that shit. I just think that's enabling degeneracy, enabling bad behavior, enabling low morals. I just think that it is because, again, like I said before, what's the difference between me saying that, okay, because you have trauma, I understand that you killed so many people, right? Okay, it's understandable and all that shit. No, it's not. It's not. So I'm not for that.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I just think that it's they're just using society against men. Really, and this is why I'm so into history, because right at, at the end tale of slavery, the slave master was in the slave's bed more than his own bed. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of liberal white women, they come from that's the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So they have a certain hate for black women that they don't even announce, but they're so smarter than everybody. So much smarter than everybody, but they don't realize that you're being used. And it's integral for other people to survive, for us not to be together. Because
No,
I mean,
I definitely agree that black women are being used by white women. Right? I mean, like we all know this. We all know the history of like Planned Parenthood, right? Another white woman, because of her actions, literally have killed. Thanks to her actions, have killed millions of black babies. I mean, you would think, right? You would think that because black people are pretty much second to white people. You would think their population is almost second to black people, but guess what? No, Hispanics are outpopulating black people. And guess what? Hispanics didn't fall for the white woman's lie about aborting all these babies, right? So Hispanics are growing in population. While I'm sorry, black women, they've fallen for the white woman lie. They abort so many black babies. So now, not just aborting black babies. Now you don't even want to deal with black men, or you want black broken families. It's you just fallen. You fallen for the white liberal women's ploys. Right? They don't. Feminism does not care about women. Feminism cares about itself. Right? When you're a feminist, you only care about yourself. You don't care about others. They're only using others as a just a means to an end. They don't care about women.
I have a theory. I have a theory that in when women were, I think it was like World War II, when women were going into the plants and working. I have a theory that throughout all these wars, all of the good stock of men, well, not all, but a lot of the good stock of men, they went to war and lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? So now we have degenerate men and women. That's what we have now. Because of a lot of women probably lost their lives in factories, and a lot of men lost their lives in war.
No,
And
I
I
agree.
think that part has something to do with it. And they just to um tell that to what I was just saying about the comfort girls. About the it makes perfect sense. And I'm to the, me being black, I'm to the point where I'm like, why are all these black women so educated, so much smarter than everybody else, but they don't know they're being used as a pawn?
Because it fits their narrative, right? Hating men.
Because they do not want to go against master.
Yeah.
That too.
It's like black women has changed their masters to white women.
No,
Well, the
they.
government, daddy government.
Yeah, daddy government.
I
Exactly.
agree. Yeah, daddy government.
Answer that part honestly, right?
Well, Sharon is saying that you can't call her that. That's what I'm thinking. He's saying that you can. I'm not gonna mischaracterize what you to me, Sharon. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You saying that we can't hold her to the term 304 simply because she had a traumatic incident. That's what I'm getting. But if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
And Sharon, before you jump in, but no, what Sharon was saying, because my question to you, Bruiser, would have been, well, what does that look like through the Christian lens? And Sharon jumped in there really with the, like, he was saying, if she already acknowledged and took self-accountability, then what do you call her now? That's the point that he was
repented.
Well, he's wrong too.
She was repented
okay.
in her way.
So then there's no redemption for none of us, Dr. Phil.
No,
there's no redemption. So if I stole, I'm a thief. If I cheated, I'm a cheater. If I fornicated, I am a low down, good for nothing. And screw the blood of Jesus, because that don't mean nothing to nobody that profess Christianity.
Hold on, wait, Chicago.
Yes,
well, I think you're conflating what it means to God and what it means to people. People are going to still call her what? A hoe. God is going to accept her and forgiveness for her.
What is the mandate? Wait, hold on, Darwin. Before you do that, what is the mandate according to the New Testament from Jesus? What are the two? What are the disciples? I don't want to turn this to a Bible study.
No, Chicago. We don't even got to do that. You can say all of the stuff you want to say according to the word, but we all know that people who are watching that woman say those things, irregardless of her saying that she found out her body was a temple, are still going to do what? They're going to associate her behavior and who she is as a whole, no matter how many times she went and got on her.
Then to Sharon's point, there's no need in telling her Keke Palmer anything. She might as well just tell Keke Palmer, go out there and get the 63 bodies there. If her word, wait, hey, Bruiser. If me as a neutron traveling through the city of Chicago and saying, hey man, these are the things I didn't get involved with, this is the things I didn't do, this, that, and third, blah, 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 regardless of whatever blemish on my record or whatever, right? Then I shouldn't be telling, and there's no reason for any of you Christians to tell anybody anything. If that's the case, if what you're saying is true, bro, like, if people are going to look at you regardless of what, then I don't need none of you Christians coming to me telling me about how good your Jesus is. Because people still going to look at you the same way anyway.
Are you stupid? It's like, I'm not religious, but it's like there's a difference between how Jesus will judge you, right? He will forgive you. It doesn't mean that, you are absolved of your sins, right? I mean, like, it's like
in Christianity, you have to ask for absolution. So yes, peer to peer, I will forgive, and I'm sorry just to pick on her, Miss Pearl. I will forgive Miss Pearl's indiscretion, hoe phase, but that does not mean I'm required under Catholicism to forget her prior indiscretions. So I will forgive it, but that does not mean I am forced to take her in as a virgin bride. And that's the Christian way. Forgive, but never forget.
I think that there's a such thing as going too far. If we're talking about the same person that drives me crazy, that ex-porn star that became a minister or whatever.
Nala Rose.
That is crazy. It's just such things going too far. There is, and if you show a bad decision making processes as in your 20s and 30s, you have them in your 40s and 50s. Also, you're done. And see, women don't understand that concept of you make moves and there's no coming back from them. You did all that corn, you made all that money. You should have took that money to Belize. That's what you should have did. but you still in America trying to be in front of people as a minister, and I'm supposed to listen to you as a moral authority on anything, and you're morally bankrupt. Come on, man. See, I think when it comes to religion, the elders are supposed to be nipping this shit and this in the bud.
Yeah,
ASAP.
Exactly. This is why, I mean, in my opinion, a lot of men have walked away from religion because it's like it's weak. Religion has gotten so weak, right? It's gotten feminine, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's gotten
I
so
remember.
feminine. I said there's no shame anymore,
No.
right? And so you allow degenerates to be degenerates, and you allow degenerates to teach the next generation to be degenerates.
Yes. And just imagine if we have like 10 porn stars teaching women how to be women. Come on, man. Like I said, that's why I'm not religious, because I was about to go to seminary. I was about to go to seminary, which is like Bible college, you know what I'm saying, pretty much. And I read Genesis. I read the first 5 books, and it messed me up because I was like, the morality in this is kind of crazy. But the elders used to be hardcore. They used to not play, they wouldn't play, they wouldn't stand for this. You ain't going in front of nobody speaking about nothing when we got when somebody in the back of the church watching your scenes. Crazy. Are you crazy? What are we doing? And I'm from a time where accountability and shame and honor and respect was number one, and I don't understand this degenerate. I don't understand this. I don't understand it, why it's allowed to be. I don't understand why people themselves are doing it, because if you do believe in anything, I think being a 304 and then going in front of the congregation and talking is lake of fire stuff to me. Just to me. That's
I mean, this is the thing where why do you think men are going to these spaces, right? Red pill spaces, man spaces, because this is the only space that will hold both men and women accountable, right? We hold both people accountable. I mean, particularly we hold women accountable because men know about accountability. Women, they don't, right? They know to be sympathetic, enabling, weak ass. This is why more and more men are leaving the church and they're going to spaces like this, right? Because that's what they want, right? You can't speak speak stupid and not be held accountable for it.
No.
Now you're making my point. Now you understand what I'm saying. Now you understand exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you do now or what you did. You cannot stop people from associating your behavior with what they think that you should be called or what you should be identified with. And we're not looking. You can go to God all you want. People are going to come. I'm telling you. And you just said it. You just agreed. People are gonna call you a hoe. No matter how many times you confess to your sin.
This is not what the man said. This is insane. That's not what he said.
He just said it. He said you might as well don't tell me.
No, he said if. No, it's an if then statement. You keep dismissing key components in a goddamn sentence.
He can speak for himself. What you asking?
Why don't you stop interrupting?
Because I can't interrupt. This is a conversation. I can interrupt.
The issue that you are having is that no, I don't need to ask him what he said.
What the fuck?
So the issue is he said if you Christians ... then you can't say something. He said it. I don't need to ask because I can hear. I listen.
Based off of what?
The issue is that y'all want to dismiss things to prove your point. So you want to dismiss her experience to prove your point. You want to dismiss an negations and wait to listen and understand and comprehend.
We also interrupt whenever somebody is not.
All femininity comes out, so I understand that. So that's why I'm giving you grace. But at the same time, you gotta learn how to listen, because that's how you move forward in life. And so when I'm listening to that lady explain her experience, I am listening to her through her experience, not through her actions. because she's correcting them later on in life when she realized what was actually happening to her.
And that is why you're a fucking panderer. That is why you think like a woman. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about the trauma you experience. Everyone, most people experience trauma, right? But your action matters. I can't say I've been R-worded all my childhood, and then when I reach adulthood, I've been R-wording women for 10, 20 years. And you know what? Now that I'm 60, I repent. Women are amazing. I should never have done that. I was terrible of me. Can you forgive me? Because you know what? My trauma. Are you fucking stupid? No. Right? Great that you turn a new leaf, that you think you did wrong, but it doesn't change, right? Your actions, right? Actions matter. This is why this is exactly what Bars was saying, right? This is what you were saying. This is the men that we have now, right? We have so many weak ass men and men that think like women. Your action matters. I don't give a shit if you're a woman or a man. Your action matters. It's like so like it's such a feminine way of thinking. Okay, let's excuse actions because of trauma. That is so stupid. Because then you can't apply that to anything else. Right? You can't apply it to anything else. Like literally, I just gave you an example. If I have been R-wording women most of my life, because I can say my trauma, my childhood, I don't know, R-worded by like my babysitter when I was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now that I'm 18 to, 35 or 40, I've been R-wording plenty of women. And now that, you know what, I'm 50, 60, I repent. Right? I feel so bad. Don't do it. Don't do it, men. Don't ever R-word a woman. Right? That's terrible. You're a terrible man. It's like, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So stupid.
And Boris, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Okay. Would you rather me be honest about my past being involved with hate groups and saying I repented and disavow all that? Or would you rather talk to someone who is being the fake ally?
Well, either way, I'm going to think they're lying. That's just me. I'm kind of cynical in that way, to where I study debating tactics, and the things I've studied have led me to point things out very quickly, and usually within 5 minutes. Like that woman, this one in the left corner, I would if I saw her on the panel, I would drop out because she's an idiot. She's an idiot, and she hates men. She hates men, and she's an idiot. And
I would love to debate her. I would love to debate her, actually.
She's an idiot, man.
I think you get what I'm saying, Bars, where I'm honest about the asshole I used to be.
Me too, yes.
Rather than one of these people that are doing this performative, I love everyone kind of people. Because at least you will know, like, I'm coming to you and just being like, hey, this is who I used to be. It's not who I am now. Rather than someone who's just doing this performative morality.
To me, how many times is that going to happen? How many times is somebody will come up to you? I mean, a handful of people are real people, and they'll come up to you and tell you the truth. But in compared to generally people are not forthcoming with that stuff. Number one, you know what I'm saying? We have to be honest about human nature. Usually people are not forthcoming with that stuff. I think the only reason the whatever that minister lady did what she did and out in the open is because she knew the church accepted that from her. You know what I'm saying? If they would have told her, hey, you know, that's good that you turn over a new leaf, but you go in the back and sit down and listen to other people speak. You know that if they would have did that, I bet you we probably wouldn't even be hearing about it.
Yeah.
And I just think that the degeneracy has gotten out of hand. It's like we're not going to make it if none of the women want to have babies and be mothers and be matriarchs. They rather be concubines than be matriarchs, like I say all the time. That's crazy. That they'd rather be a side. And if you ask all these street interviews, these they say, would you rather be a side chick to a millionaire or a wife to a regular man? And they say side chick to a millionaire every time, dog. And it's like that is going to destroy us, and that needs to be fixed. That is not normal, in my opinion.
And that's the thing where it's all about action, right? I'm not saying that, you know, if you have a pass, right, and then you know later on you want to, you know, you're better, or you know you repent. That's great, but then now what, right? Well, let's see your action more. Here's a woman that honestly, right? A lot of these women who are like, oh, you know what? I'm not a whore anymore. Well, okay. Do you shame women that are whores, or do you, you know, do you say it's a bad thing? Do you say it's like, again, right? And also, do you? It's the thing where, you know, if you were a bad person, make it known, right? Like, oh, you know what? I was a whore, right? I was a whore, right? I don't discount that, right? It's like I'd rather you be honest than a dishonest person, at the very least, right? I'd rather you be honest than a dishonest person. Right? I respect you at least more than, you know, I would at least respect you more being honest and blunt with your, you know, with your life, with your reality, with your truth, than you know, being a two-faced person. So yeah.
Yeah, because you heard me tell this many times on your channel, DA. I'm trying to keep people from joining that far right movement. And so when I say I'm genuine about, like, I don't want anyone, any young white man, to go down the path I went to, I think you and Bars know I am genuine in saying, like, I want to stop that. But with what I'm hearing with these women is they want to make women more radical.
Want to make women Jezebels, man. That's what it seems like.
Exactly.
That's what it seems like to me.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, this is messed up, man.
And how negative it was, and how negative it would be for young people. And that's why she's talking about it so freely, so people won't make the same mistake she did.
Have you ever heard?
And she corrected the lady in 2.2 seconds. I heard of stupid ass grown men. Yes, I heard of that before.
Okay, so you just did what you
this is what she
didn't want to do to him.
And maybe you need to rewind it so you can listen to it, like I've done several times. Because when I speak, I don't speak from a place of just speaking to talk to fill the room. Okay.
Yes, you do.
She said, I slept with 63 men. And then she said, well, that was fabulous. That's what got the response from Kiki, or whatever her name is, from saying, oh, I want some of that. And then she said, no, you don't want that. So if you, again, listen long enough before you come back with this response of, oh my gosh, this is victim mentality, you would hear her out, because you would hear that she actually glorified it first. And then
okay, now allow me to interject, since y'all the interject crew, right? So since you don't mind interjection.
Interject. This man didn't say shit. This man didn't say shit the whole time. This is women, right? This is women's like, you can build a narrative. Let's just talk. Let's not interject it. Okay. But then, like, if you don't even listen to that shit, if you don't even listen to your own rules or thoughts, then you're absolutely stupid.
It's crazy.
You wouldn't mind me interject so I can interject. Is that correct?
I can
Yes.
talk.
Okay, so what you are missing in that conversation, once again, she said when she was in that mode, she was out there being how she was. She thought that was the cool thing to do. And then she moved forward to telling Kiki, moving forward, now that I know that was not a good thing. Y'all keep dismissing the context.
That woman, hold on, Dr. Phil. Let me help y'all out. Y'all can call it dismissing, y'all can call it being disingenuous. The woman is a hoe. If you take her into the dating market and you rate her by her resume and value, and she disclosed that she done slept with 63 men, I don't know whether that was she were in a relationship or not. The man in that market that she desired to try to connect with, them by no, she a hoe.
Okay.
Call it whatever you want.
No, I got you on that, Bruiser. And so again, I filter a lot of stuff through community activity, right? And when I'm listening to y'all talk, especially when I heard Dr. Phil wrapping that up, right? This is why these young bloods don't listen to y'all. You old niggas did all of this shit. We saw you run down on my mama and take her up through there while you was selling her blow, while you was pimping her out, right? And so again, don't come to me now.
What the fuck? Why? Like when men think like women, I'm sorry. Are you fucking including every man into that shit?
You stupid.
It's like it is stupid. It's such a fucking idiotic thing. This is why when men talk about women, they're talking about specific women, like hoes. It's not like they're talking about all women, or like men make it specific, right? They're talking about in general. And when they're talking about in general, let's say women that are promiscuous. Well, it's about women that are promiscuous. It's not about women that aren't. It's not women that are religious, right? It's like, are you? Why are you including like, oh, this is why young men don't listen to old men because what you did to my mom. What the hell are you talking about? How many old men were fucking your mom? Like what a fucking stupid ass shit to talk about. Say.
It seems like Christianity makes you dumb, makes you low IQ. That's what it seems like to me, because Mr. Single Mother raised, you can tell he's raised by a single woman because he acts like a woman. And
yes,
what kills me is these people talk and you can tell they ain't really had too much. I don't care if they're married or what. You can tell they don't have any experience with women because of how they talk. They talk crazy. So we're supposed to just excuse everything she's done in her life because she says she's changed now. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? People was talking to burning bushes, man. People were talking to burning bushes. So who knows, man? Crazy.
You old and your teeth is pulled out, your fangs is pulled out, and trying to tell me about the good ways of all you niggas that's well in your shit. But you old niggas want to get up here, and now when it's Jennifer Lewis, style, right? What we do in this space, right? These bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. These bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, right? Keep it in the beans, fam. And I'm gonna drop down in a sec, but we don't hold, and this is the thing that gets me, fam. We don't hold the same scrutiny when it comes to either having empathy, and I ain't even talking about sympathy.
Well, this is stupid. All right, let's try another one. This is why I hate panderers. I really do, because it's like I can understand women thinking like women. Totally understand women being low IQ. I don't blame women to think like women, but I definitely hate it when men think like women. Right? Yes. Because it's just like fine, right? Women think like women. No, they're low IQ. When men do it, seriously, it's fucking annoying as shit.
Because they are the problem. The average man is the problem. These panderers are the problem. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about society and all this, politics all I want to, but the average man is the problem. Because you sitting here allowing this crazy stuff, and you should nip it in the bud ASAP. It should be like, no, you're crazy. You're degenerate and you're a cheater. Go to back to the streets. I tell
Yeah.
men that all the time.
Yeah.
Release these 304s back to the streets because that's where they want to be anyway. They only staying with you for provision. So send them to the streets and have the next man do it until they ain't got nobody to go to. And that's what's happening. All these 304s, they have nobody to go to. So if they have children, their children are going to get to a certain age and bye, mom. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for raising me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I say I promote men having standards and boundaries. I mean, we have to be better. All right. We have to be better. I don't promote us just being like, weak ass men. So
No. That's
So
crazy.
let's I have some whatever podcast clips. I always like to check them out too. Right. So let's check this one out.
The podcast like a few days ago, and he told me you can do better than that woman hater.
Okay. All right. Well, so
that guy.
I don't consider myself a woman hater. I'm not a misogynist. I love women. Just because I often disagree with them doesn't necessarily mean that. But no, I would never see. What's interesting when what you see online is women. Not just to be clear, I'm not saying all women. Many feminists are very happy to take on the label and moniker of misandrist, man hater. They're happy saying men are trash, men suck. They're happy saying, they'll say I hate men, I hate all men, etc. There's hundreds, if not thousands of hours of me on this podcast. You will never find an instance of me ever saying I hate women, women suck, women are trash. Never said it. I've never said it. Don't believe it. I think women are great. There's certain general like dating things that I have disagreements on, and
that's the thing where I always like to bring this up, right? I mean, I get this talk, right? You hate black people, you hate women. I don't. I love black people. I love the black community, and I love women, right? I don't. Hating someone, right, isn't the same thing as holding people accountable, right? This is why I do reaction videos. I'm holding people accountable for the things they say and the things they do, not because of their race or their gender, right? That's not what I'm doing. The words, because this is, I mean, like I always, every once in a while, I always say it because I want to, like, like Brian is saying, right? You can't find a video that I say I hate women or I hate black people, because I don't. So you could hate the things I say and perceive the things I say as hate, but that's your problem. That's what you think. That's not how I think. Okay? Because at the same time, I hope and I want others to hold me accountable if I say some bullshit, BS. Because if you hold me accountable, I would either defend the shit I say, or you know what? If I say something wrong, I'll correct it. I will 100% correct the things I say if it's wrong. I'm not so narrow-minded. I'm not so stubborn that, oh my God, I don't care what you say. No matter what you say is wrong. No matter what you prove is wrong. No. If I'm always willing to learn and listen. So hold me accountable. But the problem, I don't think that, oh my God, if you're holding me accountable, you hate me. No, I expect that. If I'm going to hold people accountable, I expect others to hold me accountable. Right. And I don't think that it's hate. It's just a stupid shit to think that if that's hating people. No, that's not.
No. Holding people accountable is not hating them. And the sad thing is women have been able to play victim for so long that I think, me personally, I tell people this all the time. A lot of women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s are done for. They're cooked. They need to go somewhere. They need to stop poisoning the crowd. See, that's why men need to stand up to these women, because that's why I will say women instead of saying some women or whatever, even though I mean some women.
Yeah.
But if you stand by and you standing by and letting all these women do all this crazy stuff, ruining your chances to get what you want, and you're still not saying nothing because they're women, something's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with that.
Yo, what is up? What is up, my brother? What's your thoughts today? Wonders, what is up, my brother? Did you want to say anything? I don't know. Maybe
I have my worldview and my own perspective, but there's no like gender hatred for women. If there's like viewers who are just being like actual misogynists, I completely disavow it. I don't want any of my viewers to have like just a general baseline hatred for women. I find that extremely objectionable. But so yeah, this idea that I'm a woman hater because I have like some slight leanings toward a traditional mindset when it comes to dating, completely ridiculous. And yeah, sometimes I've get into like arguments on the show with women. Sometimes I've been upset, but like I can be upset at a man. That wouldn't make me a misandrist. But women, on the other hand, who are feminists, who are again, not all women.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, hey. Okay.
What's up, brother? What's your thoughts tonight? Now I can't hear you. Guys, you gotta get your audios in check, right? Now that we have panels, I'm always letting you guys have a voice. So, these are your chances for you to join the panel, have a voice. Because I think it's an important thing that, men are able to voice their opinions. Wonders, I don't hear anything about you, so I'm gonna move on, my brother. Right? If your audio gets fixed, you could tell me what your thoughts for tonight.
Women happily take on the moniker misandrist, man hater, men are trash. They do all this sort of thing. So, is that your contention though?
When Rachel Wilson came on the show, she said the podcast does a lot of good things, and then I waited for her to say what it does, and she was like, it shows that women are crazy, and that's what she kept saying. So the goal of the podcast would be to expose or show that women are crazy.
How would that, hold on, how does any of that logically follow? Okay, so my podcast, Rachel Wilson has been on a guest sometimes. She was saying one of the good things, and I think you may have misquoted slightly, one of the good things that about the podcast is that it's, and this is her words, not mine. So your contention here would be with Rachel Wilson, not whatever podcast Brian Atlas.
But why didn't you say anything? And she was next to you, I think.
No, she was actually with Andrew.
Yeah,
So,
and I was
hold on.
right there. And then
I'm
Rachel was
responsible, so
What? Laughing man, what am I lying about? I always love it. Tell me what I'm lying about.
responsible for the words that come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I invite people on. Some of them have a stronger leaning towards being in agreement with some or most of my views. That doesn't mean that I co-sign every single thing. For example, Andrew and Rachel are Orthodox Christians. I have pro-Christian sentiment, but I'm agnostic. So they have an Orthodox outlook, an Orthodox Christian
But
worldview.
even the titles of the videos, like Rachel Wilson, they're about Rachel Wilson winning the argument, I think. I mean,
so how would that be evidence of misogyny?
I mean, you would have written them, right?
Not necessarily, but sometimes I do write the titles. But how would Rachel Wilson dunks on, how would that be misogyny? Okay, here, let's do this. We got to define our terms.
Yeah.
So we're not talking past each other. How do you define misogyny?
I didn't define it. I didn't say it.
He's asking you how.
I don't know. What is it?
Okay, hold on.
What the fuck is so stupid?
Stupid.
Are you kidding me? Then what the hell are you talking about? You don't even know these words. It's like, I swear to God. This is a thing where, like, you could see that not all these women are like 18 and barely out of high school, right? So a lot of these women are your average woman, right? It's not like this is, a lot of people like dunk on shows like this is because they say, oh, you're only using like stupid women, women that just out of high school, barely in college. No, a lot of these women are older, right? Some of them have been through colleges already. So no, these are your average ass women, right? Your everyday women. And honestly, they talk a whole lot of shit and they mean nothing. They know nothing.
You don't even know what the word means.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
crazy.
seriously.
Well, I didn't define it. You see, it's just so it's this argumentativeness that I
Yep.
don't understand. It's so argumentative, and it's like I ask you a simple question, and you want to argue with me about it, and it's like if you see, they won't admit that they're not smart. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And it's not everybody. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
If you look at my circle of friends, I might be towards the you know the one opposed to the 10. But I know what words mean. I know what misogyny means. I know what misandrous means.
Yeah.
And the fact that she felt so empowered to talk and she doesn't even know what misandry, she can't even describe misandry. It's crazy. You should have your mouth closed, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. Wonders, any thoughts? Bro, I don't know. I mean, your audio, I mean, your mic is non-existent, so.
You use the term woman hater.
Okay, yeah.
What is a misogynist?
A woman hater, I guess.
Okay, so how are we defining misogyny then?
Um,
Is it the hatred of women? Strictly?
I mean, you weren't talking about the hatred of women just now. You said I've never said anything.
You said you were
Yes.
with a friend, a male friend. You
Yes.
said, don't go on
I
the
don't know-
podcast. He's a woman hater, blah, blah, blah. I assume you probably agreed.
I don't know why he said that because I don't know anything about you, but I do recall like you were just saying I've never said anything about women and that's not true. And now you're saying, so do you agree?
What? Hold on, you just completely
I'm sorry.
misquoted me.
Okay, sorry.
I said I have thousands of hours of live, unfiltered, unedited live streams online. You cannot go back to any moment and ever find an instance of me ever
that's
saying the following: I hate women, or women are trash, or women suck. I've never said any of those things, right? Never said it ever. I don't consider myself a misogynist. I would reject the label. I wouldn't give myself the moniker. I wouldn't give myself the label. And I would reject the label if somebody tried to attribute it to me.
Also, why was Driana 6-0 banned and blocked from the whatever podcast?
Where? Okay.
This is so not relevant to what's
so
going
random.
on. Like,
And
This
you don't
rule is
follow.
like
Okay,
just
sorry.
all over the place.
Sorry, I should explain. She debated with Rachel Wilson. That's how I know about that.
So she wasn't banned from the podcast. I don't know where you're getting
It said
your
that she was
information
blocked.
from.
She was blocked from your.
She was blocked because she was being, well, hold on. She was blocked because, by the way, mind you, Drana, she would delete comments on her Instagram. She was deleting comments on her Instagram. She was blocking people. So what she was doing is under my reels on my personal IG, she was being, what's the best word for it? Let's say insulting and aggravating towards me. So I have the autonomy to be able to moderate like egregiously insulting comments directed towards me on my Instagram. So and mind you, this is months ago. So I'm interfacing with like hundreds of people a month. I can't give you off the top of my head some of the things she was saying. She was just being like obnoxiously egregious in my Instagram comments. So I restricted her. And then she wanted to go on and say, oh, well, you're doing this. While she was outright blocking and deleting any negative comment on any of her content. So she's a total hypocrite if she has a criticism of me. Oh, Brian, you blocked me. I blocked her because she was like being really vicious. And it's like, in my perspective,
Like, what did she say or do?
I literally, are you retarded? I just told you it was months ago and I do not recall. Okay. Open your ears and try to listen to what I'm saying. I don't recall. I'm sure I have the screenshots. Maybe they're somewhere on my Discord. In any case, though, what is your actual objection? You keep switching the topic here. Why don't we try to stay on track? Drana happened months ago. I don't know what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, and you said that.
Hold on, let's let her respond.
No, just when I watched the debate between them, I actually followed both of them because they're beautiful. But like anyway, I was just saying like it seemed to be that Rachel Wilson was exposing this podcast, but now you cleared that up for me.
Rachel, okay, so can we try to get back to the point at hand?
I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, so you were saying that Rachel was sitting next to me and she was saying things, and It was logically incoherent. It did not follow. What can you repeat the past? She was saying things. Therefore, the purpose of the podcast is to X.
I mean, I thought she was like different from. I mean, a regular guest. So.
Okay, but can you repeat your point? What?
Yeah, I guess.
You're asking why Rachel Wilson was. Why are you on the show?
I don't know why am I.
Can I ask that of any of the guests here? Why are they on the show? I don't understand. So, what are you suggesting that Rachel Wilson should not be on the show?
No, I was just curious.
Why? Okay, so how's that relevant to the discussion at hand?
Okay, it's not.
I'm one who's intelligent, but it's very, very difficult to.
God, swear to God, this woman is actually low IQ. This is the problem. It's like no one forces women to be on these shows, right? No one forces them. The problem is that you then choose to be on these shows, and yet you show yourself as a low IQ woman, and then you're mad that okay, men are attacking me, my intelligence, or men say that women are low IQ. I'm sorry, when you say shit that is low IQ, it doesn't help your cause that you're thinking that women are anything special. It doesn't. It actually just makes it worse.
It just it's crazy how she couldn't even make a clear point. She couldn't even make it. She didn't know what she was talking about. She just want to argue for the sake of arguing.
Exactly.
One of my favorite lines is Dolph. He said she liked to argue, so I sent her to law school. And that's what these chicks need to go. They need to read a book because they are your looks are not gonna last forever. I don't know who told them their looks are gonna last forever, but they're not. Your looks are not gonna last forever, and if you're not at least halfway intelligent, you're not gonna get nothing at the end of the road. Especially with having children, especially with having all the bodies, especially with having all the history that you have. You're not gonna be able to get anything worth anything. At the end of the road is nothing for you. That's crazy. He was sitting there like, well, what's your point? You are you saying this? Are you saying that? Well, yes, you are saying that. See, that's the problem that I have with a lot of women. They have an honesty problem. That is what you were saying.
Yes.
Common sense would tell you that's what you were saying. And then you go say that's not what I was saying. What you mean? What you mean that's not what you were saying?
Yes.
In the notes, you think the Whatever podcast is sexist? Is that correct? Okay, how so?
I had notes. I made 10 bullet points on it. I try to remember.
Okay, so here, let's do this. We'll define our terms first. You did, in fact, write that the Whatever podcast is sexist. Okay, let's define the terms. What is sexist or sexism?
Sexism is, you actually talked about it when someone said, you said like, just define it. Just define it. I'm just going to say that. I don't know.
Singling out a sex.
Maybe.
Okay, so how about, why don't I propose something and then you tell me if you agree. Sexism would be hatred, prejudice, or I suppose discrimination towards someone based on their sex. So based on if they're a man, based on if they're a woman. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so now that we've defined the term, provide examples for me of how I or the Whatever podcast is sexist.
I had 10 examples. I can't remember any of them.
It's like no one forces these women to come on, and yet you come on and then you're so, I'm sorry, it's like you're stupid. I mean, like, again, no one forced you. Oh, you have to come on. So you chose to come on, and you chose to come on not ready, right? You like literally, he said it out of her mouth. What she wrote, she said the Whatever podcast is sexist. Fine, great. Why? I wrote it down, but what? You can't even remember your own argument
because you disagreeing with women. That's the problem. They see that as hatred of women. Women see disagreeing with their immoral actions as hate, and it's crazy.
I agree.
And that's
why it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter even what you said about women. As long as you disagree with women, hold women accountable, it's sexist. Exactly what these modern day women. right?
Women might want to check their lesbianism that's going on, because every woman is beautiful. Even your friend is a two. You talking her up. That's something wrong with that. That needs to stop. Like I said, all these panderers, they need to go somewhere. But see, these women won't deal with no real men. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. I've gotten unmatched for writing a book. You're like, oh no, they don't want nobody smart. They don't want nobody that got something going. Yes,
that's crazy.
I would never think that, but it's true. You know, it's like, oh, I'm writing a book. I'm doing all this, doing all that. I'm working on this, and they're like gone. And
No,
it's
this,
like,
it's kind of thing, right? I think that women say they want intelligent men, but I don't think women can handle intelligent men. Right? They just say, because this is a thing where women just say shit. Women just want to say shit, but in action, their actions, it's totally opposite. This is why they go for the pookies. They go for the stupid men. They go for the users, abusers, and cheaters and liars, right? Because those are men that are easier to understand, right? These men don't hold you accountable. These men don't hold you to standards or boundaries. These men let you do whatever you want, and all these men care about is just to have sex with you. That is it.
and it's sad that, like I say all the time, these women claim to be the smartest women in existence. They're so smart, but they are low. Like she couldn't even. That woman, Brian might want to stop talking to her. Be like, you stop talking because you're dumb. You're
Yes,
dumb
I
as
mean,
hell.
yeah. To be honest, he's probably better off moving on, because she's already proven how low IQ she is. Right? She's already proving how low IQ she is, so I think it would be a losing battle.
Yes, some people can't be saved, and that's very hard for people like myself. That if I could, I would save everybody, but everybody ain't gonna make it.
No, I
Some
agree.
people are done.
Yeah, and this is the thing where, like, I just said this before, right? This is what I hate: low IQ women that think they're high IQ, right?
Yes.
Because that's ego. Fine, if you're low IQ, if you're not that smart, you're not that smart. Great, but when you're not that smart and you think you are, ah, it's just the ego.
It's the ego, egotistical, man.
Yes, exactly.
So lucky
Rachel is on this episode.
So it's just one. We're just looking for one. Can you stop playing with your necklace, please?
She's nervous.
Yeah, you definitely made yourself look
Hold on,
stupid.
guys.
Wait,
Let her
have I
talk.
not?
It's okay.
Have I not said that this whole time, like that we've been talking? Have I
Okay,
not said
so
anything?
even if you did, I'm asking you to list it. Go ahead.
Okay, that it shows that women are crazy, or that you brought.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
Hold
first of all, you brought women on, and to make you look bad. That's what it's to make women look bad.
He brings on men too.
Couldn't I actually forward a counter argument? So you're saying, Brian, the podcast is sexist because you just bring women on. Actually, couldn't this show that I have a reverence for women, and that it's almost like a privilege that women get to come on the show, but not men? I would actually argue that you could argue that, Brian, you have a sexism against men because you aren't bringing men on at the same frequency that you bring women on. If anything, I'm platforming women. So when women don't get
that is true in the sense that he is platforming women. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to bring women on. I mean, it's not like women follow me like that, but I mean, like, I can't do what Brian is doing because I will be annoyed by dealing with these types of women. Right? That's why very few women I will deal with if you actually show some form of intelligence. But I'm sorry, he deal with so many stupid women. I think I would not be able to stand it. I would not be able to stand it. In a full ass, exactly. I would crash out. In a woman full with stupid women that think they're smart. That's the problem, right? These are stupid women that think they're smart. I would crash out 100%. I agree.
You know, I was on the panel on TikTok, and this woman was just egotistical, and I was like, I had to straight tell her, and I'm not even really like this. You are how you are, and that's what it is normally. But she was so egotistical. I had to simmer her down real quick. Be like, you're not smarter than me. You're not smarter than me. So stop it. Sit down somewhere. And sadly, your father, your mother, nobody told you that. That's why you acting. That's why you're so egotistical. Your mother never told you to sit down, shut up. Your father never told you that. No man that really cared about you never told you to sit down and shut up. And it's people take that how I mean I'm harsh. People take it however they want to, but that is what it is. If you're wasting air, you're taking air out the room that other people could be using by talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Platform, it's sexism, and when they do get a platform, it's also sexism. I'm going to have to reject your argument there that is somehow sexist because I platform women. What else?
I said that you make them look bad.
I make women look bad. Okay. So first off,
it's like seriously.
Slow.
Okay. Literally, I mean, like, okay. I'm pretty sure, right? If she watched this clip, it made her look bad. But let's be honest. Who did it? It's like, I'm sorry. This is like minutes of uninterrupted thing. Who's making her look bad but herself?
Herself.
It's like fucking.
Brian's not making none of them look bad. Brian's not making none of them look bad. They're making themselves look bad. They can't even make a clear point.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh God, these women are so loud.
Agree. I don't make women look bad. If a woman, I have a platform, I have a microphone. Women choose to come on. Hold on. Women choose to come on the show. If they choose to say something stupid, it's not that I've made them look bad. They've made themselves look bad. Yeah. So, how exactly am I? Like, am I forcing you? Like, when I'm trying to think if you said something that made you look bad today.
Yes.
Have I anything you've said today? Hold on. Anything you've said today so far? Have I forced you to say it?
We haven't
Answer the question.
No.
Everything you've said so far, you said out of free will and your own agency. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I did not tell. Nothing is scripted. I didn't say. I didn't tell you beforehand. Say this. Don't say that.
No. Excuse me.
Okay. So, how am I making women look stupid?
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
So explain how I'm making them look stupid.
By choosing the questions that they don't know when you ask them questions.
Okay, so you're referencing like the section at the end, the rapid fire questions with the, we'll ask basic geography questions, and sometimes I feel like. But so again, even if it is true that this segment, they look stupid in that segment, how am I making them look stupid?
What is the goal?
So, okay. So hold on. The goal would sort of be irrelevant here. So the question is, here, let me ask you a question. What country is Berlin in?
She couldn't even define misogyny. I'm sorry. Like, you telling her now geography? She didn't even know the words misogyny. Right? She couldn't even define sexism. So really, it's like,
how does she pass? How does she graduate? How does she make it to college?
This is the thing. But this is the thing where now I'll admit Brian is making her look stupid. Right? He's doing it purposely because she's already looking stupid. Yeah. Because he's pushing it more and more. I mean, she's already looking stupid, right? And he's trying to dig in to show her more. This is the thing where this is the problem.
Certainly,
but what country is?
We're already doing it.
What country is?
So I remember one of my points.
What country is Russia? You don't know?
The United States.
Okay. What country is Rio de Janeiro in?
Brazil.
Okay. What country is Lima in?
Peru.
Okay. What country is Buenos? Questions though. Would that be me making her look stupid, or does she just not know the answer to the question?
Because you will not post this clip of me, the ones that I knew. You will post the one that I...
Well, sorry. I might post the one where you didn't know where, what was it, Munich? I think you didn't know where Munich...
just the one little thing.
But that's
right,
okay.
But so how would that, how would that be sexism, I guess?
Okay, the one thing I was saying is that you said, are men the problem? So what is the problem? You asked that on the podcast.
that's a test of women's sexism towards men.
No, but
that doesn't infer that I'm suggesting women are the problem. That's testing a woman to see if she does say, "Yeah, men are the problem."
it's not sexist.
Then
it's
that
the
would be-
opposite of sexist to say that.
Hold on. Then, if a woman says men are the problem, that would be an example of sexism against
No.
men.
It's the opposite, because
How is it
if
the
there's
opposite?
a patriarchy, because they're saying they want the patriarchy and men are the leaders and the leaders need to take responsibility for being the problem. So if it's a patriarchy, first of all, what is the problem? But like what I'm assuming, men should take responsibility for all the problems because they're the leaders.
Hold on, you're assuming
That's
some
a lot of
premises.
skill.
You're assuming some things first off that were just never even asserted or stated. So first off, now you're trying to map my question about the question: are men the problem? Is not a question as it relates to patriarchy. It's a general. Okay, when women say men are the problem, that is a sexist statement.
Mm-hmm. Then the patriarchy is also sexist.
How does that follow?
Because patriarchy means that men are the leaders.
There could be some interpretation that sure, but we're not talking about patriarchy. But there could be some interpretation that yes, if a society decides to have male leadership superseding, then you could, in terms of the definition of sexism, you might say, well, this could be perhaps discriminatory prejudice towards women, perhaps. But that has nothing to do with my point as it relates to asking a woman if she thinks men are the problem in general.
But I guess why would you call someone sexist if you are also sexist?
I would like to add,
well,
just ask, please. We have so many other people that would love to share their opinion on these questions. Can you just let someone else speak? Goddamn, please.
Well, hold on. So
I'm done down this rabbit hole. To hear other like, perspectives and opinions.
You're not the host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being entertained.
And I just think it's interesting that you beg to be on a show that you.
No, he
disagree
invited
with.
me. I mean, I would have, but he invited me.
But it's a learning experience for everyone on this, so it's okay.
Okay, so you're not the host. Back to this. Go ahead.
I don't know. She's showing how stupid she is not as entertaining.
She was like, man, this woman is dumb. Please talk to somebody else. Please.
I agree.
Please.
You know what? This is something that we don't do this often. So let's check this one out. I've never seen this one before. I've never seen this stuff before, so I want to check it out. So I don't watch a whole lot of Fresh and Fit, at least not today. But I mean, these are clips or whatever. So let's check it out. Let's see if it's any good.
You can consider yourself wife mature, even though you're already divorced and now you have 3 kids. The next man should be considered.
You want to know why I'm considered wife
I'm not saying
material?
you're not.
Because I
Talking
got
on
married
money
at
right now.
22. I got married at 22. I was nothing but a wife for 5 years.
No, I'm just saying, like, I've seen it with some big ballers, you know?
Just say it at this point.
Where,
to his
yachts,
own.
parties, clubs? Okay, cool. Well, you know, you don't gotta say it specifically. I'm gonna say gold Rolls Royce. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
It's not too bad.
No, I'm just saying that's my first time ever experienced something like that. Like
First time?
First time ever meeting someone at that statue. You know what I mean? Because I was married for 5 years. I was kept the way I always been a homebody. The way I was raised was traditional way. So like when I got out, being single, I met him through a modeling agency, and then we just kicked it off. You know what I mean?
Cool.
That's it.
What does this guy do for a profession?
Oh my
You're not
gosh.
say specifically.
He'll tell you later.
YouTube athlete. What?
I'm gonna just say gold Rolls Royce, nigga. Let's move forward. All right.
That's it.
You know?
Many of them, dog.
Bro.
All right. Okay. So, question for you.
Thank you.
Was the modeling agency skip the game?
Yeah.
Why did I?
I do gotta admit, Fresh and Fit has, even though the Whatever podcast has a few stupid girls, Fresh and Fit has a whole lot more stupid girls.
Yes.
This is why I it's hard to watch Fresh and Fit, in my opinion. Right? There was a time where I did watch them often, but it start to irk me because pretty much all women on this show is stupid, and I think it's just because of Miami and shit like that.
Yes.
Right? So that is the problem, because at least California, which is where Whatever podcast is, at least you have some liberal women. So liberal women is supposedly smart. So you might get some intelligent women, or not extremely stupid women, but like it's hard to like the show enough because I think it makes me hate women more because it's just you show so many stupid women.
Yes. I don't understand why women don't understand their children are baggage. And it's not to say that anything's wrong with your child or anything. It's just that they are baggage. They are a bill. You know what I'm saying? And any woman who is dealing with a man that is not going to, in a way, pay into her child, she's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. She's stupid. I think that the rules and the laws have just gotten so messed up that these women are just benefiting from their mess ups, their mistakes. They're benefiting. They're winning. They're losing. They're making losing moves and still winning, and that's a problem, man.
I agree.
I think a lot of this is like mental illness for real. You look at these women; they're mentally ill. If you sitting up there thinking, "Well, I'm a traditional woman," but you left your man, you're not traditional.
Yes,
That's what that means.
That's the thing where I always think it's funny when women say, "Oh, I'm loyal, I'm loyal." Oh, but you know what? I divorced all my 3 husbands. Bitch, how's that loyal? How's that loyalty when you left all these men?
And what I think women need to understand is that if you are married for like 10 years or more and then leave your husband, that is it for you. You're done.
It definitely disproves you're loyal, right? That's not. I mean, I'm sorry. You be loyal for a few years or a few months. It means nothing.
And these women are messing themselves up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
These women just messing themselves up, man. Don't believe in what they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't it last then? If they were like successful, what happened?
Excuse me?
Like why didn't it last? Like why did y'all? Did you leave him? He left you?
No. It's just no, we're in good terms. It's just I don't know where it's at. Like I don't know.
Yeah, so sex only.
I don't know. Like
okay, so he sex on you.
Well, excuse me?
I said he sex on you.
Oh my. What is that?
That's like the equivalent of like a girlfriend zoning a guy. It's when a guy sex zones a girl and like he just like they hook up, but he never elevates her to like girlfriend or fiance or wife.
Damn. And you know what? The reason why I got attracted so much because he's not easy. I like a guy who's just like not be looking at everybody's faces. Yeah. And he got a lot of knowledge on him. So I like that. And I learned a lot from him. He's like I literally developed so quickly with just like a few hours meeting him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, so he put some game in your ear.
100%.
But you left him.
Get real money.
Yeah.
So he's a pimp. That guy hella wisdom, bro. Come on. He's a pimp. There's hella poor niggas that got wisdom, bro. Come on, man.
I like a man with a lot of wisdom. I have to learn from you. If I can't learn from you, we're wasting time.
Are you a sapiosexual?
Excuse me?
Sapiosexual?
What is that?
Like
I'm sorry, my English is not.
Like you enjoy and you relish in a man's intelligence?
Yes.
Turns you on?
Yes. I'm sorry, just thinking about it. It's just like, oh my God.
Mo?
That's so hot. Like, what? I feel like because of my experience, I wouldn't have to be so quickly to have a baby because I already learned from my mistakes.
3. How many more are you gonna fucking have? Holy shit!
What do you mean? I still can reproduce. I just want one more, just with the right guy. That's it.
But statistically, that right guy might end the divorce.
We can reproduce until say what?
Okay, let's go around the thing.
Say
You're never getting divorced.
Yeah, I would like to think that, but in a perfect world, that doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not for the right one.
No, I know for sure.
If you can't handle me, you just can't.
Who divorced? Initiated the divorce? You or your guy?
Excuse me?
Who initiated the divorce? You or
me?
Exactly. That's what I'm
Why?
saying.
Why did it?
Because most women do. And I'm just not going to disclose more further details because of my
ongoing case?
child. We have children. I'm trying to keep this like on a mature level.
3 kids. Yeah, your kids aren't watching the show, right? So it doesn't matter. So right now, do you date to marry, or are you just like
right now, I'm responsible.
Look her up right now and find out what it is, bro.
Okay, so
singlest.
Right now, I'm single, and I'm working on myself.
You've been divorced, right? So
yeah.
Now, when you date, are you like, I don't want to go to bed again. I just want to have fun.
No, I don't. I feel like if you're just trying to have fun with me, you're wasting my motherfucking time.
So
one thing I don't like is waste my time. So I date for intention. We gotta have a purpose. We gotta have an alignment. It has to make sense. We gotta make money together. I have to be your help me. I need to be able to make sure I make sense in your world. If not, we.
I'm kind of bored with this.
She's Wow. That's all I say. Wow. These women are kind of.
This is kind of why I can't deal with Fresh and Fit anymore, because I just think that I mean, it's just, again, it's just the women on it is just unbearable. They're annoying, and I just can't deal with the women that are so annoying.
Yeah. And so arrogant about their, because it's one thing when somebody's not intelligent and they kind of stay in their lane, but it's another thing, like you said, when they want to profess how intelligent they are when they're really not. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue, And I just think we have a lot of issues in America that if we work on these issues, it'll be a damn near utopian society, that these people claim they want. We would damn near have it, But they don't want to stop benefiting. They don't want daddy government to stop paying their bills.
I agree. 100%. I agree with that. Let's do one more video and let's check it out. All right, let's do one more Lapeef video. I can deal with Lapeef because, honestly, I mean, it's not like a whole lot of stupid women, or at least not a lot of stupid women talking extremely stupid. So,
yeah, just more arrogance,
definitely the arrogance.
It's more arrogance. It's sad that I can deal with arrogance more than I can deal with stupidity.
Yes, I agree.
It's kind of weird, but
I agree. All right, let's check out this one show, and that's it.
Telling her everything, you telling her the truth, because girls like, I want to know, and you rolling with that. It gets to a certain point where the girl will be rolling with that, and then all of a sudden they just mind change, like, oh, but this is how we met, this is how we got down. Now
women are not designed to be that way.
Men are designed to be that way.
I didn't say men.
Oh,
women are not designed to be that way. Women play mind games with themselves and pretend that they will be okay with that. And that's why historically a woman will say they're okay with something and a year later be tripping, putting your business out there, losing their mind, because women, and I advise women on this constantly, if you are, you're not capable of being with a man like that, don't put yourself in a position to be with a man like that.
Then why do y'all all want a man like that?
I don't. So I can't
What
speak
kind of
for
man
it.
do you want?
I want a man that wants me and me, and is wise enough and emotionally mature
No,
enough
you
and self-assured.
You don't.
How do you know what I want?
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? You want to attract a girl?
No.
Or you
I don't care about looks. I don't care about looks.
What about financially?
Cap.
Lying.
Yes, it's fucking lying, because if you don't care about looks, you can definitely easily find a man that fits your other criteria, right? There are plenty of ugly men with money, plenty of ugly men that are loyal, plenty of ugly men that will simp for you. Fucking liars. This is the thing where I just think I can't deal with liars.
Especially her. This is her third podcast.
Huh?
The Azar chick. That's her third podcast she's on.
Yes, I've seen her on a few. And seriously, she's been on a lot of failing podcasts, or at least podcasts that go nowhere.
And it's probably because of her. And that's the thing. It's not going nowhere because of her. She's a pretty face, and that's it. Looks will last
I agree.
forever. And she's headed towards the end of that, so she might want to get a man. You know what I'm saying? Because your looks ain't gonna last forever, and you make it past a certain age. The sad thing is, if you can't give a man a child, he wants a legacy. Any man that is building something wants a legacy. So if you can't, if you already got children and you saying you don't want to have no more, you're done. You know what I mean? I just think, feminism and society needs to tell the women the truth. You make how you move makes a difference. You make a decision and you're done. You have a child with a man that's not going to take care of his responsibilities. You're done. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. 100% agree. All right.
It's to be with me. No. You could be cool. I could be cool. I'm not going to be with someone broke because I attract what I am, and I'm not a broke person. That's a mindset, a mentality, and that's where you are in life.
You could date like a bus driver?
I can't take a bus driver now.
So who is this guy? Like, because it's like a mystery nigga. Like, you want to get a piece of paper and draw him and like hang him up so we can actually see like what's the outline of this nigga? Like, what he's ugly.
I don't say he's ugly.
I'm saying.
I say he doesn't have to be like the finest man in the world, right?
So he out of 10, he's a
5, 7.
Wait, hold 5 and 7 is a dangerous level. Like, come on, like that's crazy.
Medium ugly. Medium ugly.
Medium ugly.
Example. I don't care about height.
No, wait,
I don't care about
a nigga. Just say a nigga that's medium ugly.
Yeah, hold on.
No, just say a nigga. Somebody famous. Like a man that's medium ugly.
Like Martin Lawrence is medium ugly.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. And he gotta have what?
You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be
what type of bread though? Like make a year.
I think it would be a bread that could match my pockets so we can build together. Like I have this money, you have this money, and we can build together because 2 is better than 1.
How old is he?
Older probably.
Wait, so you want a medium ugly, old, unsuccessful man?
I'm not saying he's unsuccessful. Success is success. No.
So we on 2 different islands.
Hold on. Success is relative. What does success mean to you? Success means
no success in Los Angeles, California. It just says
success is different for everybody. What I find successful could be that I'm happy, I live good, I feel good, I'm healthy. That's success to me. Success is driven by wealth. First of all, you come from money. I come from money. That's not the driving force for me. Because when you see it and you're raised by it, that doesn't attract you in the same way it attracts somebody who never seen it. They're hungry, they're hustlers, they're desperate. I don't have that desperation inside of me. I have a different type of drive. I've seen money without love, and I know what that fucking looks like. So for me, that's never been the goal for me.
What year did you see money without love?
In the year that my parents were married, my whole fucking life.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know?
I'm saying, but that's a total different generation of what we in right now. I'm talking about where have you seen any of your friends with money without love be successful right now? Any of your peers or anybody, or are you just the one in a million? You the needle in a haystack to just only think like this. Name me one person that think like this. That's a peer to you. Do you have a friend that believes these same beliefs?
I do. I have really just
ugly nigga.
I'm not saying ugly. Stop doing the ugly nigga shit.
A medium ugly
I said like I'm not big on looks. I'm big on energy.
How old is it? 50 years old?
Or like whatever. It could be any age. But I mean, it could be any age. I don't know what age.
Okay, so I love you. God bless you.
Thank
You're
you.
a great woman.
Thank you.
I ain't doing none of that shit.
What are you not doing?
Nothing you talking about.
Well, that's why we're different people.
Yeah, but like that just sounds like a LL, like you ugly and broke.
I didn't say they were broke. I said that they had to match me. That's not broke. I just said I'm not a broke woman and I don't have a broke mindset. I never came from
I can't relate because I think that even in my position, I don't know if P can relate to this, but it's like,
well, Martin gotta be medium ugly. That was crazy, Paul.
Yeah, Martin, where he medium ugly, he worth $300 million. The rest of us cook.
Wait, first of all, Martin, women was falling all over Martin back in the 90s. Martin was dead.
He was funny though.
No, women thought Martin was fine. I didn't understand it, but
she's young, so she doesn't remember that. Like he was on Def Comedy Jam talking about he laughing so hard you gonna suck my dick in between jokes and coming from backstage with his pulling his pants up. Like they don't remember that version of Martin. All they know is like Bad Boys 4, Martin, maybe Bad Boys 3, when he was all swollen and shit. But I always thought Young Berg was gifted musically, right? And I thought that doesn't have anything to do with his intelligence, but the way that he comported himself on that show and the arguments that he made and the points he made, there's nothing you can argue with. Like not one. Every time she said some weird shit, he called her on it, and she softened it a little bit. But again, that's what she does. She used to have a show where she was on there with Opulent 6, and he would be cooking her the entire, like every episode. You see him just beating her up. I appreciate how Young Berg did it with like a little bit of like kid gloves, so to speak. He didn't just go out there and be like, "Bitch, stop lying." He explained to her how she wasn't being rational, how she wasn't being logical or genuine in what she was saying. So the nigga was smart. I don't have any pushback for anybody, anything anybody said.
I wanted to bring something to attention. It seems as if she has a terrible idea of what average is, right? Because I think this is where the disconnect is. Most people, in this particular case, her, think that they're seeking something that is reasonable, right? And that's where we get the problem, because she thinks it's reasonable. But you can tell that she's not reasonable based on her assessment, right?
pause, but Martin wouldn't technically be a 5, right? And I'm not basing that based on how I look, just based on how people react to him, right? And
Wait, hold on.
then she said a dude could be. Go ahead. What was you gonna ask?
Are we talking about purely looks, right?
I was getting to something else, but you stopped me. Okay. And secondly, which is even this part's more important actually. She said that the dude doesn't have to be rich, but she mentioned he has to just be what she makes, right? He has to be equivalent to what she makes. But she also mentioned that she comes from money. And, she's doing a podcast with Paul Pierce that's very successful. So what she thinks is reasonable for money-wise, I'm sure she eliminates at least 90% of men because they're not making that type of income. But yet she still feels like she's being reasonable. And I think that's the disconnect. And I don't think it's any fault to her per se. I think it's more just of the ignorance that she doesn't realize what she's asking for is unreasonable. And that could be based on the circles that she's around, because she's normally around a lot of high caliber guys, as you can see. That's what she's going to be surrounded by. So that's her circle. So maybe she does have more access. But when she starts to want other things and add to it, she doesn't even realize or have a good barometer of what average is or how unreasonable it is.
But this is a problem, right? If women want wealthy men, fine, go for it. The problem is that women seem to not understand being wealthy, right? I'm sorry. 9 out of 10 wealthy men, they're going to fucking cheat on you, or they're going to have a mistress. They're going to have another woman. I'm sorry. It don't make sense. I think it's very few. You'll be finding like a diamond. If you find a wealthy man that only wants to be with you and only you for the rest of his life, I don't think that is the norm. Okay. Am I saying that's impossible? No, it's not impossible, but I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's, because again, you have to think these types of men with money, they have options, right? And the more options you have and the quality of options you have, right? This is not just like have a lot of options, right? I have a lot of fat bitches that want me. No. I have a lot of fine bitches that want me. I have a lot of fine women that want me. So if a lot of these men have a lot of beautiful women that want them, it is even more unlikely that they will be with you and only you. Now, they can make you the main chick, but a lot of these women can't even stand, having side women and all that shit, right? They can't, because you gotta think, even the Jeff Bezos or the Bill Gates, which these men are honestly average ass looking men, right? They're average ass looking men, but yet even these men cannot stay faithful. So if average looking men with a huge lot of buttload of money can't even stay faithful, guess what? If the men that you want, that is a 6, a 7, or an 8, and he's wealthy and he's tall, he's not going to be faithful at all. This is why I think it's stupid for any woman to get with an athlete or a rapper or an entertainer and think that, she left him because he cheated. Are you stupid? No fucking duh, he cheated. You should have got into the relationship knowing that you were going to be one of many. Any woman that gets with an athlete or a rapper or whatever and think that she's going to be the only chick, you are low IQ as shit.
Yes, I agree with that. You low IQ. And only thing I would say is that I personally think a lot of these men would be faithful to these women if they kept up their end of the deal. These women don't want to keep up. These women want to be lazy. They don't want to build nothing. They want to be selfish. And you could have stayed single for that. That's how I look at it. You could have stayed single for that. If you don't want to do your womanly, somebody said this on the podcast, and it's very important to me, that don't mess with a woman that doesn't want to be a woman. Don't mess with her. If she don't want to be a mother, don't mess with her. If she don't want to clean the house, don't mess with her. If she don't want to cook meals, don't mess with her. You know what I'm saying? These men need to man up and be honest. And then they have some sexual discipline. Because I'll tell the chick, I had to tell the chick just recently, I can't mess with you because I'm benefiting you, and you're not benefiting me. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
And that's a man on his purpose. That's a man that has boundaries. Women can't handle men like that.
They don't want to hold up to the end of the deal. If you hold up to your, and if you're loyal, if you have respect and honor, I think those rich men may be faithful to them because they may be like, look, I got me a good woman. I ain't messing this up. No matter how much money, no matter how many 3 or 4s in my face, I ain't messing this up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know she ain't out here sleep. That's the other thing. Men with money have money to get private investigators, have cameras to do all kind of stuff. And these women are not smart as they think they are.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the BC times when you could do whatever and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's cameras everywhere, and if you make a move, it's on candid camera. And I seriously think that a lot, not all, of course not all, but a lot of these men may be faithful to these women if they kept up the end of the deal. They don't want to keep the deal. They want to get with a rich man and be lazy. They want to get with a rich man and not even buy him a Father's Day gift or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They want to do crazy stuff. They hate men deep down.
I do admit that the women that do get a wealthy man that is faithful, you need to bend over backwards for him because you just found a fucking diamond, right? I admit, right? The women that get with the good man that is wealthy, you are crazy if you don't like treat this man like a literal fucking king. You are crazy, right?
Yes.
And I know I've heard it too. Plenty of women who have date the millionaire or date the 6-figure man and yet left him. Pitch, you are crazy. You found a diamond and you think that, oh, I'm just going to get with another 6-figure or millionaire man. Are you crazy?
You're crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
This is
low IQ.
Yes.
Crazy. Everything. Something's wrong with you.
This is
really,
what
it's like, what is wrong with you?
Exactly. This is women think that men are dime a dozen. They're not.
No. It took me to my 40s to be where I would say I was worth shit. You know, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It took time to, and this is one thing that women need to understand. Like in my case, I'm working on all these books. I'm working on all this stuff. Something's going to come through for me. And you think I'm going to take any woman seriously after that? No, I'm not. If you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, bye. That's how I look at it. And I think a lot of women need to think of that. Well, everybody want a rich man. Well, you need to find a man that is going somewhere and support and help him. Because you buying Pookie them Jordans, but you won't help my man with his startup. You know what I'm saying? That is insane to me. That is insanity. You can't be like that. You can't be like that. And I grew up when people used to actually love each other. You know what I'm saying? People was together because they loved each other. And now that's gone away in this money. Money means everything. Well, okay. And I'm not saying you don't need money, but what I'm saying is if you have a decent person and you work towards something, you're going to have something. If you sit around and think that somebody's going to give you something, you're not going to have anything at the end of the road. You're going to die alone, sadly, by a dog. And that's the truest thing to me. You're going to die alone doing that. Because a man who's on this purpose is not going to let any woman stop him in any way. Either on his way to success or when he becomes successful. Because men know that, hey, I got to watch out for these men. I got to watch out for these women. I got to watch out for everybody because I got what everybody else wants. And they trying to take it from me. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like if I don't meet a woman before I become rich, I'm never going to take a woman seriously.
I agree. I mean, if 100%. If I believe the exact same thing you just said. If I don't have a woman that's building with me before I became anything, then when I become something, I'm sorry. Every woman, I'm gonna treat it like
whatever.
You're beneath me. I'm sorry. I it's just
Whatever
like,
podcast. I
yeah.
will be that asshole. And see, most of these women will probably love it because I would
Oh,
be like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I'm
They
not
would.
coming to get you from your friend's house. I'm not doing that. If you want to meet me, you meet me at the place. You know what I'm saying? You meet me where we always meet at. And men need to stand on a square. And it's like, I don't understand why men are not understanding this. Adam and Eve, it tells you if you don't, it, not so much control, but if you don't have a say in what your woman is doing, it will be destruction. That's what I got from Adam and Eve. They got kicked out of the paradise because of her. And any woman we can talk about that. Any woman, we can talk about that because I think that is crazy. I think it's also crazy that Adam talked to God and Eve talked to the serpent. That's wild. That's wild. God didn't tell Eve anything. God told Adam to tell Eve, and he wasn't a man enough. He wasn't man enough. And it's just sad. It's just really sad that the average woman doesn't even. The average woman doesn't see bump all the Mazars and stuff. They're above a line. You may get somebody with some money. You're probably not going to because everything you was just saying is like you're lying. You're lying. You're just going on. You're going on podcast and lying. And any man with any sense is not going to want to deal with you because you're a liar. You're gonna go and to the police and lie on me. Anything, you're a liar at your core. You're not honest because all your friends are not on that level. You're a liar, and it's just crazy to me that they don't want to. They don't want to. I watched my grandmother and grandfather build some stuff. You know what I'm saying, and become semi wealthy because they work together. You know what I'm saying? If my grandfather didn't have the money for it, my grandmother stepped in and she took care of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important. I don't like TD Jakes, but he said one thing that stood out to me. He said that my wife was there when I wouldn't have nothing. So now that I got a little something, she can have whatever she wants. And I don't think women think like that. They don't see that. They're so
Exactly.
selfish.
I agree. I agree.
They can't see that.
Women call that the struggle love that they don't want to do. Well then, bitch. Well, if you don't want struggle love, well, you're gonna deal with you're gonna deal with the consequences of a man that's finished, right? Women want men at the finish line. Well, okay, if that's what you want, you're gonna deal with those problems because men at the finish line. You pick a man at the finish line, he's not gonna view you the same. He's because he view you that all you cared about is him being made. You don't care about him going through the process, the hardship of being made. So he's gonna have no loyalty to you.
None at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if I don't, magically meet somebody, see, I don't care
Yeah.
because I am who I am, and anybody who doesn't like me for who I am, I don't like you. That's just how I see things. You know what I'm saying? But these women are crazy thinking that you're going to wait at the finish line and have a say. You're going to wait at the finish line and have a say. Feminism has messed y'all brains up. You know what I'm saying? The slave master's wife has won, in my opinion, because they turn all these black women into, I don't know. If you watch Django, Sugar or whatever, she's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. She was the bed wench. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it tells you everything in her attitude. Her attitude is like these women right here. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Django's better than me because I want to let her go. Because I was like, oh, you chose Slave Master, you watched Master, to tell you did all this crazy stuff. You gotta go too. That would be me. But I'm harsh. I'm harsh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to let her go. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It don't. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, man. And we need to learn that on a high
Yeah.
level
I agree.
because you hang around people that are just not beneficial to you in any way. And women don't see that. I have this saying, if you look around in your circle, at least one person wants your spot. If you look around in your circle, at least one person wants you out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I think women need to really see that about their circles, that, yeah, this person could be my friend since childhood, but does she really have my best interests at heart?
Yeah.
Or she telling me to leave my man, and then she's going to get with a man and do everything she told you to do, not to do. You know, she's going to do the opposite of what she told you to do. And that's what these women are doing, man. It's like a dirty game, yeah. And, you know, women want to talk about men being dogs and men being whatever, but women are really the dogs. They really are. Because you sitting around, you are a married or engaged woman sitting around all single women. You need to change your circle. You might want to change your circle because all these single women are going to want you single too.
I agree.
Does anybody have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Shreb, I would push back on the idea that she's being unreasonable only because I think her point of view is shaped from her experience. And I think she may be around these type of men, and these may be the type of men that she often dates, which is why she thinks it's average, right? Because she might see men who she thinks are rich, and they might be making 10, 20 million a year. And she's like, oh yeah, average guy, he's probably making $1 million a year or 500,000 because that's what she's exposed to, versus the average woman who her experience isn't shaped around those type of men, right? So I think that it might be actually reasonable for her.
Hey, Ma, did anybody else just hear me say that same shit just now, or was that just because I'm pretty sure I was like, all right, because of her circle and who she's surrounded by, she'll have a different barometer of what she thinks is, and I also didn't fault her for it because I think that she believes she's reasonable based on what she's exposed to.
Yeah, y'all said the exact same thing.
But so I was saying that I think she's reasonable. Were you saying that you still think that you switched that she has a reasonable position?
I never said that.
No, I'm asking because my point of view is that she is being reasonable, and you disagree or you agree?
I think that she believes she's being reasonable based on what she's exposed to, but overall, based on what's available, is it rational or reasonable to think that you can easily obtain that type of man? That's where I find flaw in her reasoning.
Okay, and I was just saying that I think it's reasonable because she probably I think that she gets her perspective from her experience. So her date, like she's on a podcast with Paul Pierce, right? Young Bird is talking,
bro.
Yeah,
how are you saying that shit? I just said and said you pushing back on it.
No, because we still have different positions.
Hello,
Right?
motherfucker. Hello, motherfucker.
No.
Hello, motherfucker. Hello.
My position is she's reasonable because this is what she has access to. Like the Young Bird said, I saw the rest of the interview. Young Bird is like, yeah, I DM'd you the other day when you posted this or whatever. Like she's getting DMs from her friends, like Hitmaker, and she's on a podcast with her friend Paul Pierce. I'm saying I think she's being reasonable because this is what she has access to.
And nobody took her off the market.
He said it's reasonable to her.
Okay, so he agrees. She is reasonable from her perspective. Like we're not talking. She can find this.
No.
Oh my God. Bro, what? Y'all niggas just said the same shit.
I thought everybody else heard that shit.
Like
I don't know. Maybe it's being a contrarian today. I don't know. I think it's just being a contrarian. But that's fine.
Y'all said the same shit. You just said it in the mock voice, so that's why the girls think it made more sense. Like what the fuck?
Towards the end of his spiel, he did taper and say, well, maybe she gets this perspective from like what she's exposed to or something like that. But he didn't change his position to she's actually being pretty reasonable.
Y'all both said the bitches just back like that because of proximity. It's the same fucking thing. Like that's literally what you just said.
It's very interesting how we can say the same thing and still have different positions.
No. The only thing you did different, bro. Hey, Trev, turn on the deep voice effect on your roadcaster, and I bet you'll come hear it then.
Hey, look. No, but real shit. I think that most of the women heard it the first time.
Okay, cool. I mean, if y'all think we said the same,
but I'm gonna push back, right? I'm gonna push back on. Yeah, I do think he said the same thing, right? So that was, but I want to push back. She's still single, right?
Yes,
I agree that yes, in her circle, yes, she's dealing with high value men, right? Men with a lot of money. I don't disagree with that, and that's what she thinks is average. The problem is when you think about average, you think about population, you think about amount, right? So average men are majority of men. That's because of that's a lot of men, right? But if she's saying, oh, wealthy men are average men in her circle, but then you gotta think, unless her circle is over 1 million men, it means fucking nothing. Her circle is probably a dozen, maybe 50 men at best, right? 50 men at best. And yet, okay, if that's her average men, yet why is she still single? I think she's in her late 30s. So really, as much as the wealthy men are her average men, but she can't get not a single one of these men. And she said, "Oh, I don't care about looks. I don't care about age." Bitch, then why are you still single? Right? It's like, again, it's like as much as Artie, what is up, my brother? What is up? As much as we would say that, okay, yeah, she may believe that, and this is the average man, but you got to think they're not average, right? These are not. Yes, to her, she only deals with high value men. Great, but there's not enough men for her to find a man, because if it's so average, if there's so many of them, why is this woman still single, almost close to 40? Right? It doesn't make sense. Yeah. So really, I don't care how average it is, she's still having a hard time finding a man. So it's very sparse.
My problem is the delusion, man. You're delusional. You're delusional, and you think that you're gonna get look, and you know how hard I am about the scale. But Azar is like a 8 or damn near a 9. She's a beautiful ass woman. So it's no excuse for her not to be taken. They see her as a beautiful. She's definitely decent looking.
I agree. Yeah.
She's a beautiful pump and dump, And if she doesn't start, because none of these rich men don't take her seriously.
Yeah.
You think a rich man is going to listen to that interview with her and Hitmaker and take her seriously? No, you're worth nothing.
I agree. No. I agree. I mean, again, a lot of these women don't realize the men you're dealing with. Well, you're just going to be one of many, right? So as average as it is, what are you? You want to be a part of the roster, or you want to be, his wife? Well, you ain't gonna get that. I'm sorry, because he can. This is the problem, right? As good looking as you are, he can find someone just as good looking as you, or better looking than you, and 10 years younger than you, right? So really, this is the thing where I always want to break this whole, I don't know, viewpoint that this is her average man. No, right? If this is her average man, why is she not able to find any man?
She would be married in a long-term relationship if she wasn't delusional, but she is.
Yeah,
because she's hella beautiful. She's talking about how rich she is or how much money she has, and it's no excuse. What's the problem? Something's wrong with you. Honestly, that's just what it is. Something's wrong with you that you think that you deserve the best and you don't probably deserve anything. You know what I'm saying? That's how these men sadly treat a lot of these women. You don't deserve much because you ain't doing much.
I agree. And none of these men want you. So as much, even though you're surrounded by wealthy men, not a single one of these men that's around you actually want to wife you up. So they don't even want to make you a girlfriend. So really, what does it matter, right?
Right.
Artie, what's up, my brother?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What up, Artie?
Yeah, man. Sorry I'm late. I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, but yeah, man. I was listening to y'all for the last 10 minutes and stuff like that. I mean, I totally agree with Bars, and all y'all points, but I mean, it's just unfortunate that we're at this point in our society. But hopefully, I don't want to say hopefully because I really don't think that there's no way turning back. But at some point, there's very few women that can be saved. Pretty much, will eventually find a way to do what's in their best interest, and kind of cooperate with a man and figure that out. But until then, they're just going to be unfortunately passed around, and these are our sisters, our aunts, our moms, to some degree, and they'll just have to deal with it. But it is what it is. I didn't create the chaos. We just lived in it, and it is what it is.
No, that's the thing where it's also because women think that the grass is always greener. Oh, I don't need to settle for this man. I can always find a better man, or there's a better man out there. But this is a thing where it's a tiring process, right? You're delusional. It's not going to be easy, and it's only about luck. So I just think women are ridiculous with their standards and views.
Yeah, I always find it funny too. My fault, Lars. I always found it funny that that's the way that they truly think. When it's like, it's one thing to have I know they say billionaires have to be like obsessed about what their views and what they have in their brain to get it out and become a billionaire. But to women, when they have these ideas and views of, oh, it's going to be a sense of come and save me or come and do what I need. It's one thing to have that view, but it's one thing to see every woman around you get slaughtered by the carousel, and you just still have that view. At least with a billionaire, he can say, okay, my idea might be crazy, but the guy across the street made a software company that is now $1 billion company, or the guy across the street made a product that's now worldwide selling, but to them, I have it in my brain, and there will be a sense to come get it. And the worst part about it is they don't really take a step back to realize there's way more of them than it is, of men that are available. So it'd be different if there were like twice as many men, then I can kind of understand it. But I really don't understand it, man. Really don't.
Yeah.
I just want to say these women today can't even stand in the same room as the women that I know, that raised me. These women can't hold a candle to my grandmother, my mother, none of these women. You know what I'm saying? That is a social thing. That's propaganda in my opinion. They just use propaganda to screw them up. And I honestly feel, like I say, maybe the 20s, maybe the 30s, and maybe the 40s need to be thrown away. Throw it away. Nuke that whole thing. Throw it away. Because it's not going to, like Artie said, it's not going to help nothing until women stop being delusional and start living in reality.
Yeah, but do you think that
these
day will
women
ever
today
come?
can't hold nothing. I think
that day will ever come?
Yes, I think it's natural selection time, man. I think that's what we're going through now. I think it's hard to see it because we're in it now, but I think it's happening. That's why women are so mad online, because men are checked out. Men are not saving them no more. You look at all these women on here, it's probably not a ring between all of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to change, or their bloodline is going to cease to exist. Honestly, that's what it is. I get how a person can say, I don't know, I don't see how it's going to change, but I see natural selection. It takes time for change. That's what people don't understand. Any change that is immediate is changed by force. Changed by force, changed by the knife, changed by force. That's immediate change. But for natural change, it takes time. And it's natural selection time with these women, dog. That's why I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Natural selection. You just drew me in.
Yeah.
I'm all about the demographics these days, and how like everything's getting smaller, right? The pool is getting smaller. To your point earlier about your ratio of the sample size or whatever, right? Plus, this channel was not white enough at all, so I had to get in here. All the all the white brothers are like, oh, channel alert, get in there.
That's the community. I love it. I love it.
Drain that melanin.
Yeah, there you go. But I did want
But
to
nope.
say one thing
Let's get
to Bar's point. My fault, Omni. I do see that it will change in the future. It's just the mechanism that will cause it to change for a majority of women will be such a damning revelation that it will be unconscionable, and it's almost to the point that, like I think I've said it here. I know I've said it on my show when I just talk about what the single thing that will cause it to kind of collapse their feministic view is the electricity has to go. That's the only thing holding up every BS around the world, is that we have electricity that we can generate ideas, generate products and services and things like that. But once you eliminate electricity across the board, kind of semi-Mad Max-ish, then it forces women to be like, oh, well, there's nobody coming to save me, so I'm going to get under the man and obey the man. And then for men, too, it causes them to be like, well, I can't just be a YN shooting up my neighborhood and stuff like that, because how am I going to physically eat? So it causes the men to go back to an agrarian lifestyle where they actually have to learn and build and kind of do the semi-Amish thing.
Yeah.
And it forces the women in the same regard to be like, well, if I don't obey, I don't eat. And I know it's in I don't know what movie it's in. It could be Divergent or The Allegiant, one of those. And the woman character was saying, humans are a so sharp species. You'll be amazed what humans can do when they're faced with extinction. And when it gets to that point where it's either do or die, I believe every man and every woman will do what is best for them by and large, and then that causes everybody else to do what's in their best interest, and that builds a nation up. But until it gets to that point, that's the only way it's going to happen. And the only thing I think, because a lot of people have said, mass immigration or like a nuclear fallout or something like that. I don't think it's none of that. I think it's literally do or die. And you can see this when you go to some of the South Asian countries, kind of like Philippines or Thailand, where girls are literally selling sex for food. In a certain regard, they can view it as, on one account, they like, well, it's going my S&V, this, that, and forth. But the men, they're okay with it because they're faced with their own extinction too by not physically doing something to provide substance to their body. And so once that goes out the way, girls will obey to a certain extent. There will still be your rogue, your renegades who will, live by the sword, die by the sword, and the men too. But for the most part, I believe everybody will go do what's in their best interest. But like Woodrow Wilson said, humans will try every possibility in the world. They will try every different thing they can do, and when that runs out, they will do what's in their best interest. But it's only until they exhausted every possibility, every different avenue, every different street to go down, an avenue to try, this, that, and forth. Then when all those run dry, they will do what's in their best interest.
But that's why they won't survive, man. That's why they won't survive, because they're gonna F around. They're gonna F around and find out. You know what I'm saying? And I personally don't even think it have to be that bad. Electricity, I don't even think it's gonna ever be that bad. I think it's going to be to where when the population gets low enough and the daddy government stops catering to these women, that's when it gets real. That's when it gets real. When women are on the corner where they're sitting on their couch in front of the house they just got put out of because the government cut off all their stuff because they don't want to they're not serving their purpose as a population. They're not. And if our population gets too low, I guarantee the government's going to withdraw some of their cushion to these women. And then that's going to be the natural selection. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be, if a woman, and some of these women are so damaged, they're done. You know what I'm saying? They're so damaged by dealing with these poogies They're so damn.
Yeah.
I just really wonder how are you so smart, but you keep on dealing with ain't-ish men.
Mhm.
But you so smart. You so smart. Your intuition, women's intuition, this, that, third. And it's just like they have been able to survive off of lies for a long time. And now I think that's about over. I think people are like, nah, that's not true. Women are not sugar, spice, and everything nice. They're demons, really. Some of them. Not all. Some of them can be demons, man. And I'm telling you from personal experience that I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Yesterday you was normal. Today something wrong with you.
Yeah. Omni, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I love any talk of collapse and stuff, and imagining what the ramification would be. But in a way, like with feminism and stuff like that kicking in, it really did kind of derail men from a mission. Like it was just bigger, better, faster, more progress, and then all of a sudden there's like decades of trying to just keep up, and then changing your words you use and changing the priorities here, and now you got departments of people that are doing worthless stuff in companies, so it's draining resources from their company's own sustainability. And I think men have just heads down churned ahead, and then woke up one day and went, oh no, everything's been working against me, and yet everybody else is the one in the streets saying that they're the ones being beat up, and it blows my mind because I've experienced it, and I'm nothing special. So anybody else can relate, But I think I like the collapse concepts. I think it kind of blend bars and narrative together here and be like, right now we have a false sense of choice. You can choose to go and get some shitty marketing job that makes it look like you're a professional, or you can go get a relationship with somebody that looks like maybe it's going to be okay. But at the end of the day, the truths will come out in that it was all like not just a waste of time, like in a fatalistic way, but that it won't survive, or you actually, there's much harder choices to make. It's like, like eating or getting a purse, like you get down to that level. And I agree with Artie on that, but I think it's also when you look at government social assistant, so not social, like old age pensions and stuff like that, they're just not going to be there. I think, like, I don't know if that's exactly true, but the math doesn't math when every politician gets a pension, but the population's diminishing.
Yeah.
So, but they keep going, like it's unsustainable amount of money that's required to keep it going. So, like, there are going to be hard choices that have to be made, at the highest levels and in our own life, and we're seeing it today. Whereas, like, all of this effort to try to like divide people, if let's say the six women on the screen here got together and actually like supported each other, they'd probably make an impact and make some money. But instead it's talk about how everyone else is bad and stay in your own little corner. And guys, like, we got to work together, like support each other. And that's why I try to do as much as I can in chats and stuff like that, because really it's you got to wake up each day and go, man, how did I make myself less dependent on others so that I can then care for what I care about, and not in a selfish way, but in like everything's been flipped around as, if you care too much about that, it's selfishness. And it's like, no, that's not true. Anyway, I got a lot of thoughts on it because I've thought about kind of the past to the future. And
I'll put your link, your channel in the link, and I mean in the chat. You are very.
I gotta get some more stuff out.
No.
Now you're
very intertwined with the past, so I'm quite sure that you've seen how at least America and our society was, and now you're seeing, you're looking to the present, and you're trying to determine the future. So
and these people on the screen ain't done shit compared to grandma. Like Barzil, you guys, right. You wait, like, are you serious? You're gonna be like, I'm a successful person. Look at me. It's like the big thing for me too is like we in the last decade or two we've went over that line of urban and rural population. Now majority lives in an urban environment, which means they're absolutely controlled. They're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely dependent on, like, right? You're dependent on the water coming on, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Grandma didn't need any of that. Like, she had her greenhouse and they had a well, and they, like, it's amazing, astonishingly different way people are living. And once you get like an earthquake or natural disaster somewhere, then you start to see just how fragile and useless all of your skills are unless you've been planning ahead. And that's what I want to help people do as well. So reach out to me if you want to chat more about it sometime. Good.
Let's finish this video out.
Cool.
Arrest me, daddy.
All good. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? You can feel free to disagree as long as it's a valid disagreement. That's fine.
Personally, I feel like all of them are unreasonable. They're reasonable in their tax bracket, but it is an unreasonable opinion or outlook for the average person. Like, it's reasonable that those men don't meet genuine women. You got too much money. You got a lot of fame. People want to attach themselves to you. Women are attracted to your things. The men without things need to have something else to attach them to, for someone else to attach to, like personality, kindness, integrity. Like, they can afford to cheat and not have integrity, no character, zero personality. The average man cannot. She contradicted herself, and I think that she is a bit unreasonable. But I think that she's reasonable in the men that she wants to go after, because she is in another tax bracket, but she is also surrounded by a lot of different people. A woman like me can't hold her same view about men because I am an average woman with access to average men. So I think it's all unreasonable just, for us sitting here. Mine is Willie and mine. Y'all don't count. But for the rest of us, regular
True don't count either. Neither does Trev.
Well, they count a little bit more. Hold on, because I'm pointing the wrong way. Let me point this way.
Well, I'm as average as they come.
No, y'all do not live an average lifestyle. Y'all don't even live close to an average lifestyle. I don't know what type of lifestyle Trev and True.
Y'all already said y'all so
above average.
Yeah, they may be all above average, but them niggas in the comments are not. So I just want us to act our wage, act our tax bracket. And I just think that all of them are unreasonable. I think that it's fun to listen to, but I can't relate personally. I don't go after above average men because I'm not an above average woman.
But wait, isn't she really just saying, I want somebody in my social economic status and he ain't gotta be cute. He just gotta fit, and I think a lot of, I can't say a lot because I run in different circles and most of my people are hyper religious. So I will say, at least what I think is that a lot of women are okay with people in their tax bracket or social economic status. Really like, no.
We don't see that on this panel. We don't see that on this very panel of women. I want a nigga who makes as much money as me. I'll make $75,000, so I'll take a man that makes 76. None of y'all say that.
Who told this nigga how to work his shit?
I don't know how to work this shit, but I just see the value because niggas listen to you talk. Like, you can get Diana bitches to listen to you.
But I mean, now we gotta look at it.
Well, I would say this. I don't think today's women, this is why I think women are having a problem. Average women don't want average man. Here, this woman too, Bo, she's still single. You don't want an average man, right? Women are delusional. If you are still single and you're average, you have shown because of your life, because of your history, you don't want average men. Okay? You don't want average men. So I just think it's ridiculous that these women say that, oh, they're average. Yes, they are average, but guess what? You're still single, right? So you don't want average men. You are average, but your standards are not. I honestly believe if you're a modern day woman in the West, your standards are not average. I think it's rarely that any of these women's standards are actually average. They're not. Right? Usually you want this is the one of the things that most women want is a man that's over 6 feet. I'm sorry, even that is not average. That is about 15% of the population, right? That is not average. So even that alone shows you that a lot of women don't want average men. They say they're average. They say, just like what she was saying, oh, I just want average men. Well, by statistics, most women don't, right? So I just think that women like this, if you're still single, it shows you that you are delusional and that you don't want average men. And that is the problem with modern day women. That is the problem that we're having. And I've said this countless times before. We have a problem that average women look down on average men and they don't realize it. All right. Let's I want to have each person, have some final thoughts. Artie looks like his audio is just his mic is messed up. So, Bars, any final thoughts?
I agree with what you said. The standards are just messed up. And number one, like Kevin Samuels used to say all the time, you don't get to make mistakes and then up your price. You don't get to do that. You have children. You do certain things. You're not You're not true. You see, it's the difference between education and wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody who has wisdom and has knowledge, not educated. That means nothing to me. Because when you're educated, that just means you can follow directions enough, or you sucked off your professor. That's what that means. Be honest. But like I agree with what you said. The standards are just messed up, and I think with Passport Bros and with a lot of stuff, Red Pill and a lot of stuff, Midtown, with a lot of stuff. Where if you watch the internet as much as I watch, you see how mad these women are that men are not taking them seriously. And that's the thing that it's going, like I said, these women can't even hold a candle to my grandmother. My grandmother was better than them in every single way, honestly. And that's not me trying to be like a douche or nothing. That's just me being honest. That's what it is.
It's a mindset. None of these women have that kind of mindset.
No, I didn't see my grandmother and my aunts and stuff do plenty of work. You know what I'm saying? As women, do plenty of work because
how'd they handle all that oppression?
Right. Yeah.
They were so held back.
Some of that is some of that oppression. You know how they say pressure makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Some of that oppression makes the best. That's why in the 30s when the 30s we were heading somewhere, we let them destroy us instead of fight back. I personally think that's the problem with especially black and white, black men and black women. That black men, when we needed to fight, we didn't, and our women don't respect us for it. Period. That's what it is. When we were enslaved, and it was 10 taskmasters controlling hundreds of slaves, and they didn't fight back. Women lost all respect for men, black men, in my opinion. Because I say all the time, I wouldn't have made it. Because they would have had to make an example of me. Because I would have been there taking them off. They would have had 2 or 3 people left. You know what I'm saying? Honestly.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right. Omni, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, the whole like premeditated relationship mentality blows my mind too. Like, here's what I'm looking for, and here's what I want. I can't like I like one of you guys was saying, I was in it for the love,
Yeah.
But I also like talking about like you're trying to find upper or lower related people and financial and social conditions that match and all that. That too just felt so contrived. I mean, I know that there were women or girls that I wasn't gonna chase because they were too rich or something, or they were too hot, like they were the hot ones or whatever. And so I just stayed away from the drama of all that.
Definitely, love is gone. Love is gone.
Well, and then like to go back to the geographic example too, like our grandparents and great grandparents grew up in many of them didn't go more than 100 miles ever from where they were born.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the West here, anyway. I mean, in Western North America, especially. Yeah. I mean, they've only been there for 100 years anyway. But so that naturally created a social cohesion and gave you the pool of people to choose from. But now you go to Seattle, or you go to a place where there's 2 million people within 10 miles, and you would think, well, wow, I've got even more choice.
Yeah.
And yet there's even more picky and more premeditated. Like, it blows my mind. So it's like, it's better off to have, 2 good quality people out of 10 than have 2 good quality people out of 100,000 that you think you can find.
Yeah.
So like, go where the odds friggin' are. Like, it's the premeditated side of it blows my mind, because I was able to, do it with romance instead of contrived tricks, So watch it in the city, guys.
I do agree, right? It is when you have an abundance of options, it goes along with the grass is always greener, or like this whole thing that I won't settle, right? This is a lot of modern day women, particularly city folk, city women, where they will never settle because they think that there will always be a man out there for them. But the problem is, will there always be a good man for you? Right? Will there always be a right man for you? It's not. So this is, again, it's abundance of options, but it's diluting a lot of women.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a doing our one.
Yep. It is. Guys, thank you guys for being here. Omni, Bars, thank you guys. I love you. Right? I have Omni's YouTube channel in the link. Please check him out. Great content. Artie's channel is in the link too. You guys are amazing. Artie,
I appreciate you.
Yeah, love you. Please join more often, my brother. I love it. So I can show off your channel too.
Artie, is your channel back up? You're busy again? Well,
something's wrong with his thing.
I should probably know since I'm subbed, but haven't seen.
Something's wrong with his thing. But Artie said, something's wrong with his Wi-Fi. So yeah, but checking it out, right? He's going through some stuff, but he'll eventually get back on track. But yeah, guys, I love you. That is it for tonight. Big Bars, Omni, you guys are amazing. I love you.
Cheers, man.
Peace.
Ciao.
Guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the love. Please check out my other videos. Like I said in the beginning, Wednesday nights, I try to do a panel show. So the link is in the description. So you could always call in. We could chat. We could react to things. We could have a debate, have a conversation on anything and everything. So yes, Wednesdays are panel call-in shows, right? So you guys are amazing. I love you. See you guys later. All right. Have a good night, my brothers.